Exactly 24 hours ago, I told you the Dolphins are going to cut Mike White. 24 hours later, I am exactly right. The Dolphins have just cut QB3, let's be honest, Mike White, and have elevated Skylar Thompson to QB2. How you doing? I am Dan Day with my cousin Vladimir Louison. Happy to have a job here, by the way, at the radio station. Vlad and I told you, Willie Snead, you talk that talk about Tua, and then you drop some passes. You're going to get cut. And they made it official. They have cut him. They've come to an injured reserve type deal with him. But just now, it has been not officially announced, but sources are saying Mike White will be cut by the Miami Dolphins, and that will leave $3.5 million in cap space. That saves the Dolphins $3.5 million in cap space, maybe some offensive linemen, maybe some defensive linemen. Still, nonetheless, for this year, saving space. Mike White did not do himself any favors this preseason, at least in games. It seemed like he played very poorly in that third one.
You think McDaniel cut him right during the game? He was like, "Yeah, I'm done with him." Because you said, I didn't see Friday night's game, but you said that his performance was bad. That you thought that Coach McDaniel cut his plays or his time short and went straight to Skylar, and Skylar led them to 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, the
I'm
proof
beginning to think that
the cards are showing, man.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think maybe you're right. You were right that Mike.
Once again,
Mike White should be
a source is saying this, but come on, man.
What, that he's let go?
There's a source. They say sources say that Mike White, the Dolphins are releasing Mike White. This is on ESPN.com, by the way. A source told ESPN, ending a months-long position battle with Skylar Thompson, the backup behind Tua Tagovailoa.
I mean, I kind of figured that you would have kind of thought that Skylar was going to be the backup once he started game 1 against the Falcons. And then even though Mike White did start the third preseason game, if you saw week 1 and week 2's performance, you felt like Skylar was the guy. And after week 3's performance, good luck to Mike White. I just want to know if they're really going to go a whole season without another extra quarterback.
Yeah, of course.
I think you really need 3 quarterbacks now.
This is what you do, man. You got Tua Tagovailoa. Now you already have established Skylar Thompson is number 2.
I love how one season he plays a full season, and now we think he's indestructible.
You go with Tua, you got Skylar as your backup, and then if you need another backup, you just go there and sign some guy some guy.
But who? I mean, don't get it twisted. It's not, you can't say whoever. That's not an easy offense to understand, bro.
Right. Once again, I mean, Mike White did not do himself any favors.
No, look, he had 2 years, and I think I said this yesterday. Said Skylar being there in 3 years, he's fully comfortable. He's fully comfortable in this offense.
He had an extra year, and it's the only quote-unquote professional offense he's ever known.
And he's had success in that offense. He's shown success. Look, people forget about that wild card game in Buffalo, but
almost won it.
He almost won it. No BS. He almost won it. So, I mean, obviously, you just hope numero uno doesn't get hurt, and that's it.
Yeah. Or if he does, or if he's sick for a week or something like that, Skylar Thompson can do a formidable job, hold up the fort until Tua Tagovailoa gets back. But yeah, all signs, we should have seen it, we're pointing to Mike White not being on this team. Skylar Thompson got the 2 quote-unquote starts, even though it wasn't really a start in the second game of the preseason. And then the cards were on the table when Mike White got pulled towards the end of the second quarter on Friday night, because there's no way that was the schedule. Like, oh, we're not going to let you play a whole half. We're going to pull you, and let Skylar Thompson play the rest of the game with about 6 minutes left in the second quarter. I was like, uh-oh, Mike White. I was saying, I think Mike McDaniel, those guys had seen enough, and they're not going to put him out there and risk injury because he might go with some other team. And they just said, okay, I don't think they fired him or cut him, directly after the game or anything. I think they kind of, let it rest, and they haven't made it quote unquote official, but sources are saying that Mike White will not be a part of this Dolphins team, saving $3.5 million for the Dolphins. once again, we asked anybody, is anybody saying that he had a good game on Friday? And there's no way that you could say that. So Mike White and Willie Snead also has been cut. Oh, supposedly. They're coming to
I
that
mean, we know
injured
that.
reserve deal. We kind of saw the writing on the wall way ahead of that, even before he even really got into camp because of the tweet about Tua specifically, not the
I mean,
Dolphins,
it's
Tua
not even
being
that.
soft. And then he started dropping passes, and it was whoop, whoop.
Even with Odell hurt, what is he gonna crack? Wide receiver 4? I mean,
Ooh, we got to talk about that wide receiver room. It's starting to get really, really thin, by the way. So you got, of course, Tyreek Hill. He's got a little thumb issue. They say no big deal. Jalen Waddle, he didn't play in the preseason. It's supposed to be all right. Wide receiver 3, if OBJ is not ready to play, or if OBJ is not on this team, or if OBJ just doesn't dress out,
hey, you think he might get released?
man, I don't want to get too hot takey. I've already given you enough hot takes that have been right. I want to live on my capital a little bit, but I don't know. They're not over the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would feel a lot more confident if you get this. Stop asking about it. He's fine. He's on schedule. We're not talking about this anymore. You're getting, well, he's not practicing. We're trying to get him back. Nonetheless, listen to this, Vlad. Though you look at the wide receiver room that we thought was stacked. Tyreek, best player in the NFL, supposedly. Number 1 rated. Jalen Waddle, top receiver. Your number 3, if OBJ doesn't play, Braxton Berrios. Your number 4, possibly Malik Washington, rookie out of Virginia. 6th round pick, who looked good. Don't get me wrong. But that's your number 4. And then Eric Ezukama could be your number 5 or your number 4, but he's in a walking boot right now, Vlad. And we know that he has had some history with injuries, and he's had some history of not playing in regular seasons and looking really good in the preseason. Okay. I thought about that today with the wide receiver room. I'm like, wow, that's not as stacked as you thought it was going to be. Okay. Okay. So we're going to see. But yes, it is an interesting day if you are a Dolphins fan. Let's get to the headlines. No college football today, Vlad.
Come on, it's week 0 and no Sunday. No college football on a Sunday.
Season resumes Thursday with a slew of games. Some of note include Colorado versus North Dakota State. That's interesting.
Let's wait for next Saturday. Next Saturday is it's cool.
Minnesota, North Carolina.
Meh.
24th ranked NC State, Western Carolina. Look, Colorado, Coach Prime time, fun team to watch. North Dakota State, we know, Division II or FBS.
That's a powerhouse.
Division I killer. I don't know why you'd ever put them on your schedule. They're not as powerful as they once were, but still, they've been there, done that. First game of the year, it's going to be an interesting one. That's a Thursday night, so that's a little Thursday viewing. NFL preseason ends today. I know you're excited about this, Vlad, because it ends. That's the main reason. At 2 o'clock, you get the Saints and the Titans. At 4:30, it's Cardinals Broncos. Then at 8, Patriots Commanders.
Oh yeah, that's the NFL Network game.
That's the way you end the preseason. Patriots Commanders. With no Jaden Daniels even playing because they already named him starter. They said, we've seen enough. We don't need to play him.
He might take a snap.
No, he's not. They already said
he's not.
No? Yeah, they already said
well, you know what? New England's got a quarterback competition.
Drake May has looked okay.
Right. So maybe, they might need to make sure they know who's going to be the guy in week 1. So might have a Brissett May competition tonight.
Speaking of backups for the Dolphins, there was a time when Jacoby Brissett, remember? When we didn't want Tua doing QB sneaks, we would run in Jacoby Brissett for a season, and he would do the big QB sneak for the Dolphins. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. I actually did watch a lot of college football yesterday, Vlad. I went kayaking in Coral Gables, and then afterwards I went to Titanic Brewery and watched a couple of the games.
You went kayaking in that weather yesterday?
It wasn't bad. I'd never kayak in the rain. It was good.
Okay.
Coral Gables, beautiful, man. Those houses. I don't know how they even allowed me on the water in the back of their houses. Those mansions are just unbelievable. I think I saw Jimmy Butler barbecuing at one of those mansions. Does he live out in Coral Gables?
He just told me he was in China.
Thought I saw him though. Okay. It was dark though. I was really dark.
That's not a good that's not a good description right there. Let's move along.
What? It was dark outside?
And you thought you saw Jimmy Butler?
I thought I saw a guy barbecuing. I was like, wait.
Could have been just any regular melon skin man. He thought it was Jimmy. But you had fun kayaking. That's good.
I didn't say I had fun kayaking. I said I went kayaking.
Oh, okay. You didn't have fun then?
I said I went kayaking.
You
The
didn't have fun?
Dolphins, they did cut Willie Snead the fourth, and then they learned that Anthony Schwartz tore his knee, the ligament in his knee. Most likely they're going to come to an IR agreement with Anthony Schwartz. Local guy, probably wasn't going to make the team anyway. It's all good. Miami, they do kick off in 2 weeks, an official game, 1 o'clock against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The U, a 2.5-point favorite Saturday at Florida. The over-under is 54.5 points. Kickoff 3:30, pregame, game, postgame right here, 560 WQAM. Tyler Hero, speaking of the Heat, recently said during an interview, and I quote, "We haven't been healthy yet, but we feel that when we do get healthy, we have a very deep team, a team that is deep enough to make a run in the East and ultimately win the NBA title."
When?
He said that's what he's saying. They got to get healthy.
What depth?
I mean, they got Jaime Jaquez Jr., they got Duncan Robinson. Now you got Khalil Ware. Still trying to figure that one out because
Who's your power forward?
Bam Adebayo.
No. Okay, who's your center?
Khalil Ware.
So your small would be Jimmy, and who's your two guard? Hero? Who's your point?
Rozier
and Hero. Okay, now the bench. Was it Kevin Love?
There you go. Jaime Jaquez Jr.
And Nico?
Nico. And, of course, Duncan Robinson. I'm okay with that.
I don't think a couple of those players will finish the season.
Well, that's what he's saying. If they're healthy,
I don't think they're going to finish the season.
That's the caveat.
I think couple of those players are going to be traded for something else.
Okay. Hey, man.
But
health is a big issue for things down here in South Florida.
But then it's been like that for 3 years now. So then it's not on the team. So it's on the players.
Yeah. That's what he's saying.
So it's on y'all. I don't want to hear it anymore of like if we're healthy. Nah, I don't think the fan base wants to hear that anymore. They want to see you healthy. It's not if we're healthy. Been if we're healthy for the last 2 seasons. Just get damn healthy.
That's all you got to do. Stay healthy is the main thing. Then let the chips fall where they may.
I thought, Cody said Nico might be starting at 4. I don't think we're starting immediately as a rookie. I think Bam's going to start off playing the 5, but he's not
right.
Yeah,
Nico's probably going to start. You'd expect him, especially with the quote unquote step up that he had last year and what he's done this offseason. You're expecting him probably to start. But we'll see. Man, good call by us, Vlad, not going to that Marlins game yesterday. They got spanked 14-2 by the Cubs on Colombian Heritage Day. Anytime they fill the stadium, they give fans no reason to come back.
I would have gone for the Colombian Festival.
I saw some people wearing their Colombian jerseys that you commemorative, because if you buy a package, you get the commemorative jersey, and they look like, man, that game. Get this one. Big day today at the park. 2 teams play at 1:40. It is Jewish Community Celebration Day. And on Jewish Community Celebration Day, who better throw out the first pitch? Who do you think's throwing out the first pitch today? On Jewish Community Celebration Day.
A Jewish person?
Bam Adebayo.
Really?
I'm seriously asking the Marlins, what's going on?
What's going on?
I mean, I love you, and I stood by you last year, and I believed in you last year. This year, what's going on?
Wait, Bam's throwing out the first pitch?
I had to check it 4 times. 4 times, Vlad. On Colombian Heritage Day, you not pack, but you get a good crowd, and you give the people that come, maybe their only game of the year, no reason to want to go back. 14-2. Now today, Jewish Community Celebration Day, and yeah, Bam Adebayo. I mean, I can think of 4 people at the top of my head that are probably better to throw out the first pitch today in Miami. It's true. What are we doing, guys? Come on. Nonetheless, our dude, Daniel Solana, stopped by the studio yesterday and predicted an Inter Miami win and a Luis Suarez goal. He was not correct about a Luis Suarez goal because Luis Suarez scored 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of the game. And he was correct about Inter Miami winning. They won 2-0 over FC Cincinnati. 2 goals in 6 minutes, Vlad.
Now, if you watch the rest of the game, you're like, damn, that's it? If you were late to the game, if you were 7 minutes late to the game,
buddy.
You missed it all.
You also missed a piece of history because Luis Suarez now has 17 goals, making him Inter Miami's all-time leading scorer in a single season, passing Gonzalo Higuain. Yeah, you really should have gotten the game on time yesterday. The Herons, with that win, are clinched into
Yes,
the
sir.
MLS playoffs. Next up,
Congratulations.
Chicago Fire in the city with wide shoulders Saturday at 8:30.
Wait, you talking about the second city?
The second city, yeah. There's a lot of names for Chicago. The Windy City.
Windy City is cool, but being called the second city, I would never want to be called the
I
second
always
city.
thought that was a little offensive.
It's absolutely offensive. That's why we laugh at them, the New Yorkers, because basically they're the second city behind New York.
I don't call them the second city. I call them the city with big shoulders, the
I'm
Windy
not
City.
calling no city with big shoulders.
So what's the third city?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it LA?
No, I don't think so. LA wouldn't disrespect themselves by claiming to be the second city.
There's gonna be some like podunk town, not podunk town, and I'm gonna make fun.
Hey, Hawk, you gotta answer me this question. Why does Chicago like being called the second city?
Like and I've lived in Baton Rouge and went to LSU. Baton Rouge would be like, we're the 50th city, and they'd be proud of that.
Right,
It's
but
like,
Baton Rouge don't like Baton Rouge in New Orleans. They don't, right?
What?
Baton Rouge and New Orleans.
They don't like each other?
Yeah.
No, they're cool. Whatever.
They're cool, but it ain't like,
I mean, it's the typical New Orleans from Baton Rouge people is full of crime and problems.
Right.
And New Orleans people are like, I'm not going to a smaller town unless it's for LSU. And honestly, there's nothing to do in Baton Rouge besides LSU.
So okay, but yeah, being called the second city is not cool. It's a under.
Glad we got to the bottom of that one.
Yeah, we never got to the bottom of that. But hey, they're gonna have fun. Hopefully, they're not gonna see Messi, so they don't have to worry about the ticket prices. I hope the management of other teams, visiting teams, know that Messi's not playing, so you don't have to. You have to cut the tickets, maybe. Cut the prices a little bit lower. But the fans should go see Inter Miami because they're the best team in MLS.
Yeah, I mean, they still got a loaded lineup, man. I mean, Daniel Solana comes on with us weekly and tells us, man, this team is still very, very loaded and very, very good. So
yeah, if you love soccer,
and you got some stars on the team like Suarez, who scored 17 goals at 36 years old, 37 years old, just scoring goals after goal after goal. Real quick, the Commanders have announced that they will build a statue in honor of former player and Cane, Sean Taylor. Previous installation inside the stadium was highly criticized and has been since removed.
I don't know about them. I think they've done 2 ceremonies for Sean that haven't been very good. So hopefully they get the third time's a charm.
Taylor's daughter, Jackie, will be involved with the design of the statue.
By the way, a tremendous volleyball player.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know.
Yes.
I did not know. Speaking of tremendous, it's always a tremendous time to step into the day spa. Hundreds of people participated in the 15th annual Philly Naked Bike Ride in Philadelphia yesterday. I'm down for that. Now I'm hungry for a cheesesteak too.
Wait, what was it? A naked?
Yeah, naked bike ride through the streets of Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go to South Street and see some,
Yeah, it is usually people that
there
run
may
around.
Be some cheesesteaks that you don't want to see.
You probably do. Yeah. Like, I don't live too far from the nude beach in Sunny Isles. And some of the stuff you see out there, people that are nudist usually aren't the people that you would think. Yeah. Dolphins, they're getting ready for their season 2 weeks from today. Concerns? Hopes? We'll take a look at that next here on 560 WQAM.
Hear me. Lord of mercy.
Miami Dolphins 2 weeks away from kicking things off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1 o'clock, Hard Rock Stadium. Tua Tagovailoa versus Trevor Lawrence. Dolphins made the playoffs last year. The Jaguars squandered away the playoffs last year. We're getting ready for the season. Got to go to our dude, Chris Perkins, over there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel.
I love CP, man.
Thank you. I'm sure he appreciates that.
No, CP's that's my guy. Man. That's my boy.
His top 10 Dolphins concerns for 2024. Well, don't have to worry about backup quarterback anymore. That's pretty much settled. Mike White no longer going to be with the Dolphins in a very short amount of time. That's going to be official. Not official yet, but pretty sure. Number 10, Dolphins need to diversify their offense. There's been a lot of talk of this, Vlad. Have you heard? They're like Mike McDaniel and some of the guys have said, we need more wrinkles because we're too predictable. And everybody says it's one of the most intricate offenses in the league, but they seem to continually say they need to diversify and to complicate this offense a little more.
What does that mean? Are they going to run the ball more in December and January?
That's what the thing is right here. Yes, Miami was 15th in rushing attempts last season. And yes, it posted 100-yard rushing performances in 4 of its 7 games against playoff opponents. But for the most part, the Dolphins rely on Hill and Waddle way too much. There needs to be more involvement/activity from the running backs, tight ends, and slot receivers, especially in short yardage and red zone situations. Every year we hear this from Mike McDaniel, getting back to the run. We're going to run the ball more. We're dedicated to the run. And what happens every year? Same thing.
Same old thing.
Same old thing. So are we going to run more this year? Oh, we drafted Jalen Wright. We got a stable of running backs. You'll see. And then you also got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and got Tua Tagovailoa, and you got a passing attack that's pretty darn good. There's only so much pie that you can eat, man. There's only so much pie. Number 9, Dolphins must have a successful pass rush. I can agree with that. I was a little concerned, Vlad. I told you I watched very closely our draft picks in Chop Robinson and Mo Kamara, and they did not really stand out at all, at least in this game 3 of the preseason against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And like I said, Chop and Mo looked a little undersized. Once again, making a mountain out of a molehill. We got Jalen Phillips, who's getting very healthy and coming back eventually. Bradley Chubb, we know how good he can be. But in the meantime, this pass rush, a little worried about it. I am a little bit worried about it.
Oh, now y'all worried about it?
I'm a little bit. Got to get Bradley Chubb back. Got Emmanuel Ogbah. I liked him. I still like Emmanuel Ogbah. But even before they cut him, I liked Emmanuel Ogbah. And remember when Shaq Barrett retired suddenly? I said, man, the best option is get Ogbah back and let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, you got him back on the cheap.
Sure enough, we did get him back. Number 8, Dolphins need to find interior defensive linemen. Yeah, you got Christian Wilkins.
Really? Okay.
You got Zach Sealer, Calais Campbell. That's good. We cut T.R. Tart. Brandon Peely got hurt the other night too. Oh, man. Okay. Dolphins must stay healthy. That's every team, everywhere, all the time. You really can't even worry about health, can you, Vlad? Because it's one of those things. It's going to happen.
Whoa. You damn well have to worry.
You know what I mean. I'm not saying I'm saying you can't sit there and fret about it at night because it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to watch the game.
Is it going to keep you up at night? No.
What? No, it keeps you up after the game.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, at night, as long as you know your team's going there healthy, you're good.
It's just going to happen.
Now, if you go in there and you have questionable as a game time decision, yeah, that might keep you up at night, especially if you're gambling.
I'm just telling you, injuries are a part of the game. It's not something that, to say it's a concern, like it is a concern. Of course, that's your main concern, but at the same time, it's going to happen. So you just have to live with it. That's one of those things. Number 6, the Dolphins have to beat Buffalo. Yes. If you want to win this division.
Don't do this now.
What?
Because there's a certain someone who's been saying that a week 2 Thursday night contest is a statement game. Even though I don't believe.
I'm not saying that.
I know, but we all know. Brandon Tobin Leroy, 10 to 2, Monday through Friday, 560 WQAM. I always give everybody a shout out, man. But I don't want to. I know beating Buffalo is a key, but I don't. Let's not. Beating the whole division, just winning the division. How about that? I know Buffalo's been the kings of the division, but just win the division. can't think only about Buffalo. You got New York to think about, and a sneaky. I don't think I think everybody should beat the Patriots this year, but you mess around, they're a division rival. They might give you a scare. Just think about the whole division. But go ahead. What are they saying about Buffalo?
I'm just saying, you got to beat Buffalo. It's a monkey on your back. I think that's one of those things you want to get over it. And nonetheless, Dolphins must win on the road. Of course, you got to win on the road. Chris Perkins does point out this good statistic. The past 2 seasons, Miami's 13-4 at Hard Rock Stadium, 7-12 away from Hard Rock Stadium, including the playoffs. Yikes. Hey, it's hard to win on the road, but yeah, if you want to be a good team, you got to win on the road. So that is a concern. Number 4, the Dolphins have to show some toughness. Yes, that's why we've got Calais Campbell. That's why we've got Jordan Poyer on the team. That's why we brought in Anthony Weaver on defense. It seems like this team is making a concerted effort to at least attempt to be tougher and rougher and meaner. Will it happen? Okay. Number 3, Mike McDaniel must improve as a coach. We've been saying this for a long time. He needs to develop as a coach. And also when things get a little squirrely or a little off script, he needs to be able to adapt. That was the big knock last year on he and Tua. That's 2 things. I think it's not just Mike McDaniel needs to improve. It needs to be Tua needs to improve. Remember we had Brian Baldinger on and he's like, no, Tua has no problem if things get off script. And you were like, no, stop pandering to the fan base. I really didn't like when he did that. And you called him out. And you said, Baldy, I'm sorry. If Tua taps the ball more than once, he's in trouble. No, that's not true.
Okay. I just been watching this. I'm just down here that just watch this team a lot. Just know that we all said if everything's comfortable, everything's calm for him, everything's right. That guy he's a surgeon. But if everything's not there immediately for him, and he's got to tap that ball more than once, it's not good. Now, hold on. I will show. Let me shoot him a little bit. He did lose a little weight this year, right?
Yeah.
So maybe now he's gonna be more, and he's got the bag as well. So he definitely could run more. Maybe because he's lost a little weight, maybe he's gonna have a little bit more elusivity, if that's a word, or elusiveness.
Yep.
That's probably elusiveness. So he'll probably have a little bit more elusiveness. So maybe on a 3rd and 5, if he doesn't see his first read or second read, he can run for the 5 yards for the first down. Maybe that can happen. But before, nope. If he goes, you hear that? That play is done. It's either going to be a sack or an incompletion.
That, to me, was one of the bigger disappointments of last season is that both Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa, when things got tough, they didn't get going, it seemed like. It seemed like they started just – and none was worse than the Tennessee game, the Titans game. When Tyreek Hill went down, he just looked like deer in headlights.
But not even that. It was 28-14. Run the freaking ball.
That was terrible, too. Yeah.
You got a 2-possession lead, a 2-touchdown lead. Run, and you got 1,000-yard runners.
And they couldn't convert a first down.
Come on.
One first down would have ended the game. And it was just frustrating. And then of course you let Will Levis. He's not the greatest quarterback in the world, but yeah, that
you know
game
what bothers me with coaches is when, and it's got to be the mentality, right? Because like I guess there's certain coaches that the defensive minded coaches who on offense when they like to know. They like to run the ball, right? They like to be physical. And you hear the players, former players that like, they knew what we were gonna run. We still
you ran it anyway.
Right? And still got what you needed, the success that you needed. It's 20. Hey, bro, Miami. You got some horses there. If they know you're gonna run the ball, it's only 2 or less than 3 yards to gain, run the freaking ball.
Yeah.
It's all about execution.
Yeah.
That's why you got those. That's why you got Armstead.
My concern is Jackson. My concern is that offensive line, though. In the final 2, offensive stars have to play better against the best teams on the schedule, and the Dolphins must beat playoff caliber teams, meaning they just have to win against winning teams, which they failed to do last year, except for Dallas, who we know Dallas was tissue paper.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the offensive line a little bit. I am a little bit worried about the offensive line. That all stems back to the running game. That stems back to Tua's health. Winning in the trenches. You can do that. You can stay healthy. Got to believe in this team. There is one more concern that we have to talk about for the Dolphins this coming season, and we'll get to that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
can tell I'm still on Buju vibes.
You got to be, man. All weekend. Great concert. Emirates Bank Arena. All right. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I ain't too proud to say it. I know some people are going to say, I ain't scared of this guy. I'm scared of Aaron Rodgers, at least for right now. There's a big question mark surrounding him. He's only played 4 games with the Jets. He is an all-time great. He is aging.
He played 4 games.
Four plays with the Jets.
He played 4 plays.
He's been on the team for about 4 games as far as, dressing and hanging out.
Preseason.
Yeah, sitting around on the bench in preseason. Nonetheless, played 4 plays with the Jets. Still a big question mark. Is he the 40-year-old quarterback at the end of his career, coming off an injury, hasn't played in a year, or is he going to be a semblance of Aaron Rodgers? That's a big concern for the Dolphins because you get him at the end of the year, he could be rolling and going by that point, or he could be an old man at that point. ESPN was talking about it earlier this week. Dan Graziano weighed in when they asked about, is Aaron Rodgers a concern for the Dolphins and the rest of the league?
Here's the problem, right? Since Aaron Rodgers got to the Jets in March 2023, he's played 4 plays.
Okay.
Like, we need to see it. Like, that whole thing, everything's still theoretical with Aaron Rodgers. So it could be Chris Canty, I think, is more likely right than wrong in terms of Aaron Rodgers at where he is at this point in his career. But let's be fair. Since he got to the Jets, he has been an absolute smash hit inside that building. The players, the coaches have nothing but positive things to say about him. He could be less than what he was when he was winning MVPs and still have benefit to that team just in terms of the confidence he gives them. Like, I don't know. We have to see it. But the range of outcomes here is significant.
That's something to be worried about, though. I am worried about Aaron Rodgers. Now, Dolphins fan,
as you should.
305-567-0560. You can jump on the Twitch and the YouTube 560 WQAM. Are you not scared? I am. I'm scared of the unknown. I'll be honest, because
you should.
Yeah, I'm being honest. And as you heard Dan Graziano say, he's a smash hit with his teammates, with the organization, inside the walls of the building. That's something that's important because we know Brian Flores wasn't a smash hit and it cost him issues.
To some.
But he's taken the pay cut. He's got his guys in line. He seems to be doing everything right, at least when it comes to the New York Jets. I don't know, Robert Saleh and him might not get along exactly right.
Nothing's wrong with them. Listen, bro.
But I'm
going to tell you this right now. This is the thing with Aaron Rodgers.
I ain't too proud to say that. I'm a little nervous.
And I'm glad that you're saying that, but I think everybody will say that if you're within the division, those top 3 teams are the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins, and you should be worried. They should be worried about each other. But what's funny to me is like a lot of these media people, like Chris Canty. Let me tell you what Chris Canty is doing right now. Chris Canty wants to be the guy that if Aaron doesn't succeed or the Jets fail, he wants to be, I was the first one to say it, right? And if it doesn't happen and they are successful, they have a great season, or Aaron Rodgers has a tremendous season, then it's all right because it's when people are criticizing him, he could laugh about it and smile. It's like, oh, I got you guys, you guys are just upset and you're bringing more attention to him. So it's all about attention. Same thing with Dan Graziano. Because Aaron Rodgers, when he first came to the Jets, he was insulting a lot of the media members, or he was clowning them because of the way they were reporting on the story, which might have been inaccurate because Aaron likes to, he likes to mind F people. So the media didn't like that they were getting mind F. So a lot of them, like, what's her name? She's no longer on ESPN anymore. She's at The Athletic. He said he doesn't even know her. And he said that one of the when she was working at ESPN, is it Diana
Rossini? Yeah.
Rossini?
Yeah.
He said, I don't even know her. I never talked to her. And like it, if you're a known commodity, if you're a known like an identity, like Diana was, you were in ESPN, people know you. To be here that a player that you've probably interviewed more than once or twice say that they don't even recognize you or they don't even know you, I'm not gonna lie to you. In front of my colleagues, I'm gonna feel a certain way because you've guys see it's like, oh, he doesn't even respect you. So that was going on a lot, and it's continued going on. So it's a lot of battle between Aaron and the media. So there's a lot of members of the media that are going to take shots at Aaron and the Jets because the traction that they're gonna get. It's New York. The Jets fan base are crazy. So yeah, this is good. Even if they're wrong, it's good for them in the long run because they got more eyes and viewers on them. And if they're okay with it, if they got a thick skin, they'll take the criticism. But if they're right, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
So that's what this is.
But as a Dolphins fan, like I said, I'm not too proud. I'm not going to cape up and go, I ain't scared of nobody, especially Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to say this. We don't know what's going to happen. And as a Jets fan, Vlad, you should be a little nervous too because you don't know what's going to happen.
Nobody knows what's going to happen.
And that's what I'm saying. For everyone that's going out there and making these predictions.
If I don't know what's going to if I know out the gate that nobody knows what's going to happen, then there's more excitement than I am going to be worried. Right.
The good thing is the Dolphins get him at the end of the season twice,
but I'm just
which
saying,
could be a bad thing also.
Well, I mean, by the time you get that team, you should know.
You're gonna know.
You know what type of team you're going against.
Yeah.
You know if they're either a good team or they might be a team that started off slow but are now picking up steam. That you don't know.
That's another interesting thing that I've just thought of. We don't know what we're going to get in the Jets. We do know they have a good defense.
You don't know what you're going to get from anyone.
Exactly. The Buffalo Bills.
I don't know. I've been saying this could be a down year for Buffalo.
That could also be an unbelievable year for Buffalo.
But this could be, and it's like maybe Stephon Diggs was the problem. Maybe
I know.
We don't know. That's what makes this game so damn exciting, this season exciting. Because, dude, it's like I always say, the NFL's got the best subplots and storylines more so than wrestling. Every year, it is storyline based. Chicago Bears is everybody's favorite darling right now. Why? They're on Hard Knocks. They got the number 1 pick. You're starting to see them be like, oh man, the Bears might have a team. Down here in Miami, Tua got paid. Waddle got paid. Hill got paid. Can they finally get over the hump?
It is right now a toss-up between the 3 top teams in the division. I don't see Drake May making a run with New England.
No, nobody cares about the Patriots. Nobody cares about that. Go eat your child and shut the hell up.
But man, I could see any of these teams being world beaters or possibly being huge disappointments. And that is the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the Buffalo Bills. Anything could happen.
Dude, anything could happen. The AFC North. Can Deshaun get his mojo back? Can Russell become Russ again? Is Burrow going to be healthy?
Yeah.
Can Lamar get over the hump? AFC South, Sunshine got paid. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league. But can he start looking like the guy that everybody thinks that he should be?
What about Patrick Mahomes? Does he take a step back this year? No, I was making that up.
Come on, man. That'd be their storyline. It's easy.
That'll be the biggest storyline.
Their storyline is easy. Can they three-peat? And will Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce get married on the 50-yard line?
Oh, man. I really thought we were going to get that last year. That was going to be the greatest.
That should have been the engagement.
That's what I'm saying. I may have just won a ring, but you just got a ring.
That would have been the corniest thing ever. But every lady would love him. Kids, I'm going to tell you this right now. There might be kids that are called Travis and Taylor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
In the next year or two. Mm-hmm.
I believe it. I believe it. But man, there are these storylines, like you said, especially right now, 2 weeks out from the season.
So every team has a storyline, and that's what makes it so exciting. So that's why I love this. Nothing better than week 1 of an NFL season, more so than a week 1 of a college football season. Because like I explained yesterday, we are happy that Florida State lost to Georgia Tech, but you can lose early now in college football. You could have always lose early. It always, when you lose matters in college football, because if you lose early, other teams are going to lose too. So as long as you continue winning, you'll get back to where you were or even surpass where you were before your loss.
A loss is a loss early in the season.
Right.
And, it's in Dublin. It's the first game of the year. It's a conference game, Yeah.
NFL season, you lose the first game. Oh, man. You forget that there's 16 more.
Doesn't matter. That first
one stings until the following week. That's what's great about the game, the storylines. It's all about storylines.
Let's go out there and get that win week 1, and we'll let the rest of the chips fall where they may. Speaking of the Hurricanes, we're going to talk about them and their upcoming season in the next hour here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. lot of people going to be nervous this Tuesday when it comes to the NFL. It is official cutting day. You got to cut down to that 53-man roster. We do know Mike White most likely will not be on the team. Sources are reporting that he will be cut from the Miami Dolphins after a lackluster preseason performance again the other night.
He went from Mikey Blanco to Mikey Dunzo.
Man, to take a $3.5 million hit too. He's not getting that paid, not getting paid. At least not by the Dolphins. See where he lands, where he ends up. Skylar Thompson is now QB2 for the Miami Dolphins. Let's hope once again we don't need him for anything but taking knees and maybe handing balls off at the very end of the game when we're well ahead. Speaking of teams that had to make things happen, yesterday I told you the Marlins had a little rough go of things.
It's a beatdown yesterday, man.
They got a position player in the game to do some pitching at the very end.
But you know it's a beatdown.
Vidal Brujan, he did his best. Vidal Brujan got in for an inning. Get this though. Now, is this a bad stat line? Of course, nothing's expected of you. But Vidal Brujan, shortstop, also pitcher. He gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, but he did strike somebody out. Do you take any solace that you struck somebody out?
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I'm not even a pitcher and I struck somebody out. Rough day, though. Rough day for the team. Connor Norby, I guess. No, he hit a home run. Yeah, Connor Norby, who we got in a trade. So one of those, we're going to talk about some of the cashing in on the trades that we've done, all the fire sailing and everything like that. Maybe there'll be a Wusa Go update. Maybe there won't. I don't know. But it does seem like some of the trades we made, we have got guys that are currently playing for the major league team, although we relegated some guys, designated some guys. Remember when Tim Armstrong was on the team? We almost forget that. Almost forgot. No, I almost forgot when Tim Armstrong was a MVP candidate and stuff, leading the league in batting and everything like that. Not anymore. Not anymore. No football today when it comes to college.
No.
But we have a little bit of pro football.
We have week 3 preseason.
Kind of a weak schedule too, but nonetheless.
It doesn't matter. Like, what, really? You're looking for it?
But,
has anybody seen a preseason like, oh my God, this is an unbelievable
I mean, I got excited for each and every one of the Dolphins games.
Well, that's because you love the team.
Yeah, it's true. But I'll tell you this. I watched a lot of the college football games yesterday. The late ones too. That Hawaii game. Hawaii put a whooping on Delaware State at midnight. I was around TVs. I was watching Division 2 or whatever you want to call it, FBS football. I was watching. It was all types of stuff. I saw FAMU take on Norfolk State.
That was on ABC.
That was on ABC?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was scouting for week 2 of the Miami Hurricanes, I guess. They edged out Norfolk State.
I was watching John Gotti III versus not John Gotti. Is it John Gotti? I was watching Gotti Mayweather 3.
Wow, that's a replay, huh?
No, it's not a replay. It was an actual fight. Floyd fights bump, like, regular Joe Schmoes now.
Oh, okay.
And there's a guy named Gotti that he's fought who's related to John Gotti, who's only had 3 fights, and all his 3 fights have been against Floyd.
Why is he fighting? Is this a rhetorical question that I'm asking? Or
people actually want to pay him just to watch him?
Does he
fight.
need money?
No, he doesn't need it. People just give him a ridiculous amount of money just for him to exhibit. For exhibitions.
Okay.
Exhibit. That's it.
Oh man, speaking of exhibition fights, I'm guessing this Tyson Jake Paul fight's gonna happen.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going.
You're going?
Mm-hmm.
You must have a friend that lives in Dallas.
No, I'm getting credentialed and I'm going.
Where are you gonna stay?
I'll stay in Dallas.
Okay. You're going to that?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
And
you watch it at home. If I even watch it, like I'm kind of scared to watch it.
I saw Paul and Mayweather down here.
Okay. But I'm worried about Mike Tyson.
I'm not.
I am.
He's Brooklyn.
If you're Jake Paul, smart thing is kind of play around, run around the first round.
The minute he gets in the corner, Mike's going to remember, and he going to hurt that boy. I know people think, oh, no, Mike's old and everything. That's cool. You're right. But Mike hits him. That boy ain't waking up.
If Mike can get one good one in, okay.
Jake Paul hits Mike. I think he'll hit Mike. I don't think he's knocking Mike out. Mike's knocking Jake Paul out.
It's
going
to be like Rocky. You got to knock him out. I mean, It's yeah. And you know what? I'm not watching it. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
watch
care.
it.
You don't have
It's
to
gonna
watch
make me
it.
nervous, man. I'm already
I'm not.
nervous just hearing it.
I'm not.
The
Mike,
man had to pull out of a fight because he had an ulcer.
So what?
I'm just saying.
So what? Give Paul more time to put on HGH and all that
Jake Paul's
steroids.
huge, by the way.
Exactly, because he's on roids.
I mean, you can't get that big naturally.
Come on, man.
All these guys at the gym, Vlad, and I know you go to the gym every day like I do. They're
No, I don't.
huge. And they're all like, man, I just take my creatine or I'm like, no, you don't. You can't get that big naturally. No.
Not when you were that small.
Was he small?
He was
I
in
never
a-
paid attention to that.
They weren't the biggest, I guess.
I was looking at today's birthdays and like I had to go to a different site today and like the top birthdays it's all TikToker, YouTuber. I'm like, okay.
They're not nobody important.
No, there's some important. Blake Lively.
And here's the other
37.
Wait, Blake Lively.
37. Yeah. I mean, I got the list. I mean, I can run it down.
Is that Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, you got some. You got Bill. No, that's Blake Lively's Justin Timberlake, right?
No.
I thought she
Blake
was.
Lively's Ryan Reynolds, I think.
Okay, I mean, she's dating somebody or married to somebody that's hot. So there you go. Billy Ray Cyrus is 63 today. Come
Don't
on.
break my heart.
And then Gene Simmons, 75.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Straight Edge himself.
All right.
Do what you do. Let's get some headlines. Like I said,
Hey,
no
she's
color.
only 37?
She looks great.
She's
I mean, she's gonna look great for the next 20 years. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, man. But she has 4 children, 37.
Wasn't she hanging out with Taylor Swift in the suite?
That's her people's.
I love Taylor Swift during that Super Bowl. She was just rotating people in and out. Ice Spice.
She's
Blake
rotating
Lively.
celebrity friends.
Yeah, she really was. Like, what was there like? Okay, Ice.
It was like it was a TV show.
I don't know if you call her Ice, but Ice Spice. You got 20 minutes. Go. Oh, you're 20 minutes up. Blake, you go. Ice, stand over there. You'll get your 20 minutes again. Because they weren't all there the whole time.
Brittany, you want to be down? Okay, Brittany, come here.
Oh, Brittany. Oh, Brittany's probably like, excuse me.
Yeah, Brittany's whole life changed being down with Taylor. Like, she was probably more popular being Taylor Swift's friend for that time than she was being Mrs. Mahomes.
I ain't even playing. Your life changes when Taylor Swift knows your name. I'll just say that. You got to be doing something.
She's $1 billion, man.
She's a billionaire. Billion. Would it be? Selling out tours. Tickets are not cheap. Like the cheapest ticket to go see Taylor Swift in a stadium is
She's
like
coming out here soon.
$2,000-$3,000. Yeah. People hit me up.
I can't wait for the fight that's gonna happen in here. Because it's at the stadium, right? It's at Hard Rock.
It's at Hard Rock Stadium. Yeah, she don't play around, man. She don't play no intimate shows.
I can't wait for the Odyssey fight.
There are no tickets for that.
That's what they tell you, but I can't wait for the Odyssey fight. I'm gonna tell you right now, I know people are tucking tickets. I'm not like because I know for a fact, but I'm just assuming that people are gonna be tucking tickets for their tweeners or teenage daughters.
We got no tickets,
fam.
I'm not going to go through the reasons why we don't have tickets because it's too much inside work. It's too much inside business.
But I'm just saying, there's no way that room is not being utilized.
We don't. Oh, they do have a suite room.
Oh, yeah. You remember now.
Yeah, but they don't have it, man. It ain't gonna be for Taylor Swift.
They have it for the Dolphins. They have it for the Canes.
No, they don't have it for the Canes, by the way. But once again, we can't talk about that on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. No. Do want to say this. Taylor Swift. This is how powerful she is. You and I get this all the time. Yo, you can get me tickets. Yo, you can get me tickets. I do get that for Taylor Swift, but I don't get, can you get me tickets? I get this. Hey, can you get me tickets? I don't mind paying full price. They're just begging me to find them available tickets that they can pay for. Not asking for free tickets. Available tickets that they can pay for. That's power.
Nosebleeds.
I say, man, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wouldn't go. I've already seen Taylor Swift live, so I ain't worried about that. It's awesome. We got off the subject nonetheless.
No, go to headlines. That was a headline.
Taylor Swift's always a headline. 2:00 today, an hour from now, the Saints face the Titans. 4:30, Cardinals, Broncos. 8:00, Patriots, Commanders. Interesting. You got the Titans on the schedule this year. You got the Cardinals on the schedule this year. You got the Patriots on the schedule this year. You already beat the Commanders in preseason. If that means anything. Broncos, you already beat them 70-20 last year. Saints, we'll see. Dolphins, of course, also cut Willie Snead IV. Expected to cut Mike White very soon. Anthony Schwartz, he tore a ligament in his knee. He is most likely going to put on the IR and cut like Willie Snead. They came to an agreement with Willie Snead. Miami kicks off 2 weeks from today, 1 o'clock against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So basically, 2 weeks from right now, Vlad, you're going to be in that freezing cold press box watching the kickoff of the game.
Okay.
And I'll be here watching the kickoff of the game, getting ready to do post game. The U, 2.5-point favorites. Thought you were going to elaborate a little more.
No, I mean, it's 2 more weeks, bro. I mean, we're on next Sunday, so we'll definitely be hyping the crap out of the game. So it's just it's gotta be a slow roll to this.
Have you ever considered going to media ops or anything and saying, you mind turning the AC just a little?
No. I don't mind it. I'm gonna tell you why.
Poquito.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't mind it. Because have you seen some of the people in the
they hit that buffet hard, baby.
you know, there's a lot of people in the suite. And the thing about it is, you know what makes it, here's what makes it cool. Because we're not in our section, there's people, but there's not a lot of people, then there's a lot of space. So
not a lot of body heat.
There's not a lot of body heat around. But if you go into the main part, that's a lot of people. So yeah, I understand why the AC is that cold.
The U at 2.5. I've been having trouble saying half today. 2.5-point favorite Saturday at Florida. That's interesting. You're a 2.5-point favorite on the road. Game 1 of the season.
That means they think you're very a lot.
They think Florida's really bad.
People of late have been. We played yesterday. A lot. Heather Dinrich and Paul Feinbaum. We played their comments on the U. A lot of people are beginning to realize that the U have a talented team.
Look,
this is year 3 with Mario. They think, oh wow, I didn't even know I won money.
Greg McElroy said he has him as a 3rd seed.
Greg McElroy has him as a 3rd seed. Paul Feinbaum has him in the.
He doubled down today too. He went on.
McElroy or Feinbaum?
Feinbaum doubled down and said why he believes in Mario Cristobal on ESPN.
So what this is? See, this is what I hate. This is what I hate.
What do you hate? When
the fan base don't really feel what the media.
We're a little more skeptical,
right? But the media, and these are the same media members that we hate when they don't give us the props.
I don't get it.
And we see the promise of the team. They see the promise of the team more so than the fan base do right now.
I see two sides of it. Number one, yes, but they are also national people who they're not here every day all the time following the team like we are. So maybe they don't have the insight that a regular fan might have because they're trying to follow all of college football, not just the Miami Hurricanes. But at the same time, you know, they do know what they're talking about for the most part and go in there, make it happen. But yeah, I mean, we're just skeptical. I mean, you're always going to be a little skeptical.
I'm just saying, and then this is what happens.
But don't get mad when they give your team a bad review.
Right. No, but this is what happens if they somehow lose the game and then, you know, they start criticizing the team. Can't be upset with the fan base because the fan base wants to beat Florida, but they don't know how the season's going to play out. They would hope and assume that what the media is saying, it does happen. It comes to fruition. But I still have Georgia Tech in the back of my mind. Like, I still can't get that out of the back of my mind. I still can't get the way we end seasons out of the back of my mind. So we'll see. But I'm happy that they find them as a 2.5-point favorite on the road.
Right. Over under is 54.5. Kickoff is going to be at 3:30.
Yeah,
Marlon,
it's on ABC. It's a nationally televised game.
Broadcast right here on 560 WQAM.
Josie and Don Bailey Jr.
Pre-game, post-game, whole thing right there. Marlins got spanked 14-2 yesterday by the Cubs. It was Colombian Heritage Day. Today at the park, 140. So in just a little bit.
I don't like when the scores are like that because then it's football scores.
Yeah, it was. That could literally be a football score, 14-2.
It's like if the Bears really shut down the Dolphins and only gave up a safety.
Today is Jewish Community Celebration Day.
Really?
Yes.
Who's going to throw out the first pitch?
I mean, who else is going to throw out the first pitch other than Bam Adebayo?
Wait, what?
I don't know. So they had to move the celebration because they do, as you said yesterday, Vlad, they have a pregame and a postgame kind of celebration outside. Due to possible inclement weather, they had to move the celebration somewhere like inside. But then I saw another tweet that said, "Bam Adebayo throw out the first pitch," and it's been verified. Like I looked at the Heat's, Twitter and everything.
I don't understand what's going on. Anthony Davis walked out Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the fight yesterday.
Okay,
the fight was held in Mexico.
Why not?
Now we hear Bam throwing out the first pitch. I guess all the guys that were in the Olympic team, they were things they wanted to do all summer, and this is it.
That's Team USA's promo team. Like, oh, you got them 1 week only. Go ahead.
Before their summer ends, they got to throw out the first pitch at a Marlins game on Jewish Heritage Day.
It's officially called Jewish Community Celebration Day. It's part of their Heritage series.
Okay,
that sounds about right.
All right,
that sounds about right.
Wait, isn't it today's Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Don't they go to? I mean, they don't go to church, obviously, but don't they go to synagogue on Sundays?
Uruguayan National Day.
I'm asking.
You're asking the wrong guy, man.
I'm just saying.
I'm Catholic, bro.
All right, okay. I'm just asking. I just thought synagogue was on Sundays as well, but maybe I'm wrong. It might be my Saturdays. Who knows? Go ahead.
Luis Suarez scored 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of the game last night, as Inter Miami defeated FC Cincinnati 2-0. He's scored 17 goals this season, making him Inter Miami's all-time leading goal scorer in a season, passing Gonzalo Higuain. Needless to say, Luis Suarez's tenure already at Inter Miami has been more of a success than the one with Gonzalo.
I need
Higuain.
2 more years.
I know you really believe he's got some. I mean, I guess I can't argue with you. The man scoring 17 goals.
Well, you know why I want 2 more years.
Well, yeah. Well, it would be a dream.
Yeah, because I'm just saying he's playing with. They love it down here, and there's something that has to be.
Yeah, because they're on spring break.
But at their stage of their career, they're in a, as this is one of my favorite sports quotes, back 9 of their careers, right? They're in the back 9, but it depends on what hole that they're playing right now.
Right, they could be on hole 10 or 11,
right,
but not 18.
Right, but right now he looks like he's on hole 16.
Right man, he looks like he's on hole
par 316 right now.
Looks like he's on hole like 11, man. He looks like he's
sometimes he does, but I'm just saying if he's right now, let's say, okay, you know what? Let's say he's on the 15th hole. That's a par 5. We're going Masters. I love the Masters back 9. He's on the 15th. He's in a par 5. He's having fun. Their family is happy. They're living in South Florida, no state tax. They're playing the game that they love against, guys that are not really up to their level of talent, even in past their prime.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about with Daniel Solana yesterday, our soccer expert. They're having fun because, number one, they don't have the scrutiny that they would have in Europe. They also, when they at the end of games, they have their family on the field. They're running around with them. They're having a good time. They can go out and not be as noticed as they would in other parts of the world. So they kind of have that life. They still kind of have the flavor that they're looking for here in South Florida. So yeah, they're having a lot of fun. There's a lot less pressure.
Nope, not much pressure. And it's not really, it's actually, they lose is not a stain on their career. If they win,
their legacies are cemented.
If they win, it adds more to their legacy. Isn't that great? That when you go into a situation, you're doing something that it's not gonna hurt your legacy.
Yeah,
it's actually gonna benefit it and do more for it.
But they do have to win MLS Cup, because if you don't win MLS Cup with the lineup,
right.
If I'm another opposing team, I'm talking all types of noise to them, man. But we'll see what happens. Right now, we know we're in the playoffs. The win cements an MLS playoff spot. I want the Supporter Shield, which is winning the regular season, and then I want the MLS Cup. Those are the two things I've been aiming at since the beginning of the season. I knew we had the CONCACAF Champions Cup. I know we had Leagues Cup. And then everybody says we should win them all. I said, no, let's focus and let's win Supporter Shield, MLS Cup. Good to go. Commanders announced that they will build a statue in honor of former player and Cane Sean Taylor. A previous installation inside the stadium was highly criticized and has already been removed. Taylor's daughter, Jackie, will be involved with the design of the statue. The reason the previous installment was highly criticized, it wasn't very accurate to what Sean Taylor was, as far as like what he did with his face mask, and even had the wrong shoes down there. So it seemed like it was really kind of hastily, or just, what would you say, nonchalantly put together. Not a lot of thought and effort went into it. That's twice now that they've messed up this. Remember, they had the whole number on the field, and Jackson Mahomes was dancing on it and taking videos and stuff like that. Just crazy. Ooh, Vlad, are you excited about this? Little League World Series Championship is today between Lake Mary, Florida, and Chinese Taipei, 3:00.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not. Wait. Lake Mary, Florida?
Lake Mary, Florida.
Where's that at?
Probably around Orlando. That's where everything's around. I was going to look it up earlier, but I got distracted. It's near Seminole Trailhead, so I'm guessing it's around Orlando. That I got it right. North of Orlando.
All right. You know what? Good luck to them. No, I mean, all right.
Well, it's hard to even have a take on Little League.
No, I mean, it's really hard. I mean, what? I'm going to really criticize little kids? I mean, I could be that a
You really better put it to Chinese Taipei. Whoop those kids.
But you know what? I'm rooting for them. Obviously, patriotism. But I mean, if Chinese Taipei win and they have good players and they win a great game, congratulations to them. I'm not gonna knock the little kids down.
Yeah,
they're playing their dreams, man.
Put it on the TV at 3:00.
Yeah, man. We're not doing anything right now.
Number 11th ranked nationally, St. Thomas Aquinas fell to second ranked Bishop Gorman out of Las Vegas, 29-21 yesterday.
Jeez.
It's crazy high school football now. It's like it's like college football is like pro football, and now high school football is like college football. It travels all over the place. You have all these rankings. It's crazy. Speaking of crazy, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. The mayor of Thompson, Georgia, is facing felony charges for stashing bottles of alcohol in a ditch so that prisoners on work release could get trashed. You call alcohol abuse.
That is alcohol abuse. Damn. Damn.
Well, you can't be getting your hands dirty like that, Vlad.
I mean,
get somebody else to do it. I know it's a small town in Georgia, but man.
I mean,
if I'm one of the prisoners, I'm loving life, man. You don't have to drink toilet wine. Yeah. Toilet wine is rough, bro. Raw.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Everybody loves the Hurricanes, it seems.
Yeah.
We're going to see what they do 1 week from
Sabado?
yesterday. Yep, Sabado. But next, we're going to look into some more people. They're chiming in on what the U could do here. Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Make WQAM your favorite station.
It's that type of day. Sunday. Sports Day.
That
Mike
is
Lieutenant.
cute. You know that's funny, right? You say that.
What's up?
Listen, you ever live, and you live by Caribbean people. You ever notice that the weekends, early morning, you start hearing some great tunes, old school tunes? You know why, right? It's cleanup time. It's clean. When they cleaning, when we clean,
That's what I do.
when we cleaning, we want to hear music. We want to hear tunes.
That's all I do. I listen to tunes when I'm
But
cleaning.
loud though, like loud. That brings me back. That brings me back to my childhood.
I was listening to Buju this week because of the concert, but I was throwing down some Anthony B, some Chronics, some Protege, Kabaka Pyramid. And they all like play on each other's songs, so you get like a taste of everybody, man.
You can never get wrong with Bob.
Oh, of course. I mean, man, sometimes, you just got to go with the classic and throw him on. Like maybe today I'll sit on the balcony, have a few beverages and listen to some Bob Marley. Listen to that Legends album for the billionth time. Never gets old. Love it. Never gets old. Football season. We're so close. We're so close. Canes kicking off. Less than a week. We heard Heather Dinich, Paul Feinbaum both saying that even at 19, Miami Hurricanes are underrated. Read an article yesterday from Sports Illustrated where someone predicted they're going to go undefeated. Greg McElroy, former Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback and ESPN analyst, especially for the SEC network, he says Canes are going to be third ranked at the end of the season when they go into the playoffs. Vlad has said he believes that they're going to be a playoff team.
Said it since we started this year, bro. I think they're going to be a play. I'm using that. This is now, without a shadow of a doubt, Mario's program.
Right.
First year, you might have had to clean out some previous stuff from the old regime, whatever. So you were implementing your philosophies and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second season, they got a hint. They know what, they play 1 year with you, but now they gotta really start executing and playing the way that you want them. Year 3, they should know this, they should know this by heart right now, like the back of their hand. And you got a stud behind center.
That is true, Cam Ward.
If you have all of that and you got that guy behind center, I expect big things from you this season. That's why I think with the way that the college football playoff system has expanded to 12 teams, I think Miami at the end of the year will be one of the 12 best teams in college football.
Well, let's back up some of your statements with some, not facts, but some other pundits weighing in on what they think about the Miami Hurricanes. We go to the Miami Herald's Jordan McPherson, who writes a headline, grading the Hurricanes. What are Miami's strengths and weaknesses for this 2024 season? Quarterbacks given an A-. I don't know about the minus. I would say straight up A. Cam Ward, I understand. New program. It's a senior year. Nonetheless, I like Cam Ward a lot. And some people are saying he's I don't want to hear that dark horse for the Heisman Trophy. There was a time when Spencer Rattler was a favorite to win the Heisman Trophy.
Because he was hyped coming in.
I knew how bad he was going in too.
Wait a minute,
He's a Saints guy now.
That's why you
Still don't like him.
That's why you hate him.
No, I hated him long before that. I watched QB1 and I thought he was marginal then. Nonetheless, you've got the quarterbacks, Cam Ward, and his backup is Reese Hoffenbarger. Remember, he played at FCS Albany and he kind of burned it up. And then Emory Williams coming off the injury. Don't know what you're going to have with them. The running backs graded at a B+. Now, remember, we got a highly coveted running back from Oregon State, Damian Martinez. He was one of the big guys in the Pac-12. He's rated as one of the top running backs in the country. So right now, things are looking good, at least with some of the skill position guys. Wide receivers, give the A-. Of course, you got Xavier Restrepo. Got to see if Jacoby George and Sam Brown have any big step-ups this year. I know they had some issues with them last year, kind of a little extra curriculars and getting a lot of penalties, but so far the offense looked good. Tight end not so great. They're giving it a C. There's lots of potential with redshirt junior Elijah Arroyo, true freshman Elijah Lofton, and 9th-year senior Cam McCormick. Okay, I see. That's why that's a C right there. Offensive line, we know that right there is Mario Cristobal's baby. Looking pretty good. You got a fifth-year junior, Jalen Rivers, sophomore Francis Malinoa. We know Francis Malinoa. He's a monster. Junior Inez Cooper. They got some guys there. An offensive line. We're expecting a lot of running, a lot of pushing them around. And once again, that's Mario Cristobal's thing. A-. That's okay. Defensive line, they give it an A. Of course, you got Ruben Bain. He is our guy. He is the reigning defensive rookie of the year. He might be the defensive player of the year in the ACC. Elijah Alston. You've got Tyler Barron. And, you got some inside guys. I'm not going to get into all this the sexiness of the offensive and defensive lines, but they're good. Linebackers, you give it a B. You got the other Malinoa brother, Francisco. He was good last year. He's been in the program, like you said, Vlad, more time, more familiarity. Got a chance to make some really good things happen. You also got Wesley Bizante, and of course, you got some other guys that have been in the program and some other transfer portal guys. Defensive backs, you get a B-. We'll see how that goes with them. Special teams, you got to go A, man. You got the kicker, the only All-American on the Hurricanes team, Andres Borregales. We know those Borregaleses can kick some footballs. So now we go on to another article from the Miami Herald. Susan Miller Degnan, Miami Hurricanes 2024 schedule review. How many games will the U win, lose, and what are trap games? Vlad, they're believing. They got to, here we go. Tell me whether you agree or disagree with any of these. August 31st, Florida, 3:30. They've got Miami winning 31-24.
I can see that.
I don't know if it's going to be that high scoring.
I do.
You do? I think first game of the year on the road.
I don't think defenses are ready.
They're not ready?
As of yet.
Okay. I mean, I do expect Miami to win by about 7 points. Basically like that. So, yeah, 31-24 is good with me. Now, we both saw Florida A&M edge out Norfolk State yesterday, so we'll be able to tell about this one. They got Miami winning 55-7. About right.
I mean, if there's no letdown.
Yeah. I expect them to take care of business. Ball State, Miami 41-7. Ball State, not expected to be that good this year. South Florida, I think this is a trap game.
Why you say that?
I just think South Florida, we're kind of their Super Bowl. We're going to their place. We've got nothing really to prove other than we don't want to lose. USF is going to be, they've got talented players. They've got a good coaching staff. They've got a lot of reasons to win and show up. Nonetheless, even though it might or might not be a trap game, they have Miami winning 24-21. All I'm going to say is I do expect Miami to beat USF, but I am going to say when we leave that, we're not going to be leaving the stadium because we're most likely not going to be there. But if we do leave with a win, I'm going to exhale very, very heavily. I'm like, whew. They've got some talent there. Virginia Tech, this is another one. I'm like, oh, but it is the first ACC game. What about Miami winning 28-21?
Against who? Virginia
Tech? Yeah.
That's that Friday night game. That's going to be a weird game.
That's at home.
You know what? I do see that being a close game.
It's an ACC opener, and we saw what happened in an ACC opener yesterday, Florida State, Georgia Tech. What about Cal Berkeley? This is another game we've kind of circled to keep an eye on because it is Cal Berkeley, but it is that travel. It's across the country. It's basically a different side of the world. They do have Miami winning 31-28. Traveling 3,000 miles. First time meeting
28. I can see that.
First time meeting the Golden Bears as an ACC opponent. Last time the teams met, Cal defeated Miami 24-17, 2008 Emerald Bowl. survived though, hopefully. This is another game. I agree with them on this one. Louisville has a very good team. Almost got them last year. They have Louisville winning this game 24-20. So this is part of the reasoning. It gets dicey for Miami. They're notoriously struggle after open week. So they have an open date between Cal Berkeley and all that travel and Louisville. And this won't be a good time for that. The Cardinals, ACC contenders, beat us last year 38-31 in Coral Gables after trailing 28-23 heading into the fourth quarter. Louisville's got a solid team. This is the part of the schedule that gets dicey for me. Now, Florida State, they took a step back yesterday. Was that that they're really not as good as we thought they were going to be? Or was it just you're in Dublin, it's the first game of the season, a lot of question marks? They do have Miami winning 28-27 in the rivalry game. And you know what? I think Miami's going to win by more than that. I think it's more like a 30-21 game for Miami.
I would relax.
Clemson starter DJ Ungalele. He's going to be taking his team here to Miami. See what happens. It's at home, man. We're at home. You know how I feel about DJ Ungalele.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
I just, I'm happy we have Cam Ward. Duke.
You're not a fan.
A lot of people don't realize how interesting this Duke game is.
I don't know what to make of Duke because they lost their head coach to Texas A&M
But
and they lost their starting quarterback to Notre Dame.
But who's their new head coach?
Oh, well, we all know this is the get back game. This is the spin around the block. Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all let me go, huh? Huh?
Manny Diaz back in the house, wants to prove something that he belongs. Nonetheless, they have Miami winning 34-14. Still, tricky wicket for you right there. Georgia Tech, this is a no-doubter for me. Miami wins it easy. Revenge for last year. We're not making the same mistakes twice. Although Georgia Tech made me have a little bit more of a doubt yesterday, by the way, they played against Florida State.
And you're going to Georgia Tech.
And you are going to College Park. But they still have Miami winning 41-20. Wake Forest, another game that has me scared. I'm scared of a lot of games.
Wake Forest has really shown a lot of improvement as a football program over the last 5 years.
They still have us in this article winning 38-14. And Syracuse, once again, I have that end of the year looking towards maybe the playoffs, maybe not.
As long as it's not Pittsburgh. If you're going on the road in Pittsburgh, why? And when is Miami going to finish the season at home on Thanksgiving weekend instead of going on the road all the time?
Going to Syracuse, playing in the Carrier Dome.
I did that one year. It wasn't great.
I'm probably not making the trip to Syracuse.
I made the trip to Syracuse one year. It was right after Thanksgiving. Let me tell you this. The only reason why I felt warm because I ate so much Thanksgiving food the night before. We flew in that Friday, bro. Snowstorm.
That sounds like fun.
Stayed in the hotel. Thank God it was a noon game. It was a noon kickoff.
That's nice. Nice.
Oh, good God. Could you imagine if it was like a 3:30 or 7 p.m. kickoff? I got to spend like 4 or 5 hours in that hotel.
Snowed in. No,
snowed
thank
in.
You.
Oh, no.
Nonetheless, they have Syracuse losing to Miami 45-13. So they have
Miami undefeated.
No, they lost one game to Louisville.
Louisville. That's it.
Whew. If you're a Miami fan, you're more than happy with that.
Does that one game lost to Louisville cost them an 8? Well, no, there's no. Wait, there's still an ACC championship, right?
Yeah, they have to play in the ACC. They'd have to play most likely Louisville in the ACC championship.
So they get they get back, and then they'll be
you
one of the top 4 seeds in the playoffs, or is it top 5 seeds in the playoffs, and then there's 7 wild cards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm starting to really believe in this team. We haven't played a game or a snap yet.
Well, like I said, everybody believes.
I'm starting to believe. Let's worry about August 31st, 3:30, right here, 560 WQAM.
Everybody loves their fantasy football team until 12:45 p.m. hits. Everybody loves their football team until week 1 hits and kickoff happens. And then even though it's not going to be a clear indication of what the team's going to be, but because the season has begun, that's what you're going to believe.
Let's go.
That's what you're going to have in your mind that, oh, they played great. Like, think about it. If the Dolphins drop a 70 bird on Jacksonville, you're going to think, oh, this is it. This is the season, even though you've seen 70 burgers before. Miami blows out Florida. That's great. But if they struggle against FAMU the following week, are you going to be happy?
And that's happened too. And
that's happened, the letdown game.
But we've also seen this before. Let's say Miami barely gets by Florida. And you say, what's wrong with us? Florida sucks. And then Florida goes on to be a really good team. You're like, well, nothing was wrong with this. There's other times when
I'm
go
going to think that because I'm going to think that's a rivalry game and that's what's supposed to happen.
But we've seen it in seasons before where, or maybe you struggle against a team and you think like we should be killing them. And then they end up being actually at the end of the season, you're like, they were actually a really good team, and vice versa. You blow out somebody that's supposed to be good and you're like, we're going to win the national championship. And that team ends up not really being that good because, the projections were wrong. Once again, I'm just worried about August 31st, 3:30. Let's get that win. It's that big must win for week 1 of the season. Other than that, no more predictions. Up next, we're going to do some nay or day, little thumbs up, thumbs down here on 560 WQAM. Let's do it.
Guess forgot this was a short break.
Let's do it. Nay or day. Thumbs down for the nay. Thumbs up for the day. Gonna get things started. Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles has been all over the news, and not really so much for winning the 100 meters at the Olympics in dramatic fashion, but Kay Adams, you know we love her. Thought it was a little cheap what she did with Tyreek Hill the other day. She said, and she brought up Noah Lyles said about the whole world championship thing and how why football teams that win the Super Bowl call themselves world champions and basketball
That
teams
was the
call themselves world
NBA.
champions.
Yeah, he was really going after the NBA.
He did that months ago. She made it sound like he just recently said it at the Olympics. So she kind of the wool over Tyreek Hill.
Who was that lady again?
That was Kay Adams. And you know we love her, but I didn't like that move. I'll give that a name.
That's bad on Kay and her people.
She didn't say, well, you know, a couple of months ago, she just made it sound like Noah Lyles at the Olympics said this. I listened to the audio. There's no way she kind of pulled the wool over Tyreek Hill's eyes, and Tyreek Hill responded, I'll race him and I'll beat him. So Noah Lyles is never one to back down from a good.
Noah Lyles like the fact that he's getting a lot of attention after the fact.
Noah Lyles never one to back down from talking that talk. Was recently asked, or wasn't even asked about Tyreek Hill. He kind of just was, in a way, talking about Tyreek Hill, and in a way, not talking about Tyreek Hill.
He was insulting him. He basically acted like he didn't know who the man is.
What's that guy? What's the cheetah guy from football? I can't remember his name. Where's Mark? What's the football player who thinks he's fast name? Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, right there. Cheetah sitting there getting a little not love from Noah Lyles.
Yo, I played him. That's an insult, bro.
I can't say nay on that. I got to say day. Look, they're just talking noise. Tyreek Hill.
Nah. You can't act like you don't know who I am, bro.
No, you can.
No, stop it. Don't do the football player. You know exactly. If you knew it was a football player, you know who exactly
I don't mind it.
Nah. Now we got to meet. Now we got to run.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, on a track. Then he said he'll run him on a track.
Bar right there. Now we got to meet. Now we got to run track.
He says he wants to race him on a track. If I were Noah Lyles, I'll say I'll race you on a grass field too. I don't give a damn. I'm the fastest man in the world. Tyreek Hill, I believe Tyreek Hill when he says in his mind that he can beat Noah Lyles. I don't know if he can though.
I doubt it, but
I mean, the guy
it'd be fun to see.
But then again, on grass it would be different than on a track. On a track, it would be some smoke. Nonetheless,
I actually give Tyreek a shot on a 50 yards because Noah doesn't start off the block right off the block really well. He catches up.
Do we know if Tyreek starts off the block very well? Because he probably hasn't come out the blocks in years. If you run your first
40-yard dash? If you run the 40-yard dash in 4.2, bro.
No, what I'm saying.
At 50, that's just another 10 yards.
But Tyreek hasn't come out the blocks probably in years, since probably high school. I don't know if he ran in college.
They basically do this when they do in the 40s. It's no different than how you start a track meet.
Okay.
So once the gun fires, it's time to go.
I got no problem with him talking to noise. Actually, I think it's cool. I like it. I mean, but Noah Lyles, once again,
listen.
In about 2 weeks from now, we're not going to be talking about
That's
him.
exactly what I'm saying.
And I love the guy.
That's why I'm giving him props of still having his name out there right when we're about to begin the biggest time of American sports, and track and field or any of those sports that you saw in the Olympics are not going to be mentioned at all.
Yep.
Because once football begins, baseball postseason, then the NBA and the NHL, you're done.
Speaking of football, let's take it to the coaches. Coach Prime was asked about, well, actually, those reporters, man, I like the way he handles them.
I hope that I'm covering you from now through the college football playoff.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I pray so.
Yeah. But I'm also known as a person that sometimes asks less than supportive questions or critical questions. So if I ask a negative question, will you not answer them anymore?
That's being negative right now. Like you take an approach that I'm going to be negative. I'm not negative to anybody in here. I will challenge you and ask you why or where is this coming from. So I'm not built like that. I'm not built to hate. I'm not a hateful guy. I come with love. I think if anybody in here has had encounters with me, I don't come with the bull jump. I come with the peace and the joy. Now, when you show me where you stand, I might have to change that a little bit. So I'm not going to match your ignorance or whatever. I'm not saying that you're ignorant, but I'm not going to match that. Well, that's your prerogative. I don't have to come where you are because my life is complete. I don't like what you say, what you do is not going to change my life.
First of all, I got to give that a big thumbs up for Coach Prime. Number one, the way he handled that question. And he's been taking a little bit of heat because he and the University of Colorado have rejected answering questions to a reporter that was on a witch hunt. And this guy, he came with bad intentions. You could hear it in his voice. I hate to ask you this.
That's like saying, it's
No
like when
offense.
somebody says no offense.
No
or
offense,
no
Vlad.
disrespect. No disrespect, Dan.
Yeah.
But here comes disrespect.
Yeah. I mean, like in the way he was even asking it. And I thought Coach Prime handled it very well. I thought it was very professional and very nice about it. And I thought it was very eloquent in the way he responded to that and kind of disarmed the guy, to be honest with you. I just never understood the reporter that always tries to be that antagonist.
I don't know.
They don't teach you that in school.
I don't know.
Oh, well. A guy that I still don't like.
I don't know.
Now, a coach I don't like. I like Coach Prime. Coach I don't like. Not a coach anymore. He did win LSU a national championship, so I guess I can be thankful for that. He only lost a whole lot of games and a whole lot of players here in Miami. His name is Nick Saban. Nick Saban recently had to, I think he crawfished a little bit because he predicted who was going to win the SEC, and it wasn't Alabama, and he kind of explained to Pat McAfee why he did that.
Well, it's kind of reverse rat poison. There you go. I always hated it, and I'm going to hate it on this show. I might as well say it right off the bat. This show or any show or game day, having to predict and make hypothetical decisions about who's going to win a game, who's going to win a championship, who's going to win what conference. So I've always hated that. So I picked Georgia and Texas because it's reverse rat poison for Alabama. It's a motivating factor for them not to get picked because I hated to be picked first or second because you don't know how that's going to impact your team psychologically. These kids are affected a lot by what they read, what they hear, what they see. So I didn't want to see anything too good.
So Nick Saban told the truth that he thought Texas and what was the other team? Texas and Georgia were going to win the SEC. But then to cover up the truth, he told a lie saying he's trying to motivate Alabama. In Nick Saban's heart of hearts, he does not think Alabama is going to win the SEC this year.
Well, he's not coaching them.
Exactly.
That's the reason.
Why cover it up with a lie? Reverse rat poison.
It's almost
that's where his bread is buttered.
No, because you can't do that. You can't do that because if he says something, then it's like, well, why weren't you coaching? Basically, you know who you recruited and you know what you've done. You don't know what the other person has done. So you know what you've seen with Kirby Smart and what you've seen with Steve Sarkisian at in Texas. So I get it. He's gonna have to do it, and he let it like he doesn't like doing that prediction stuff. But
that's another way out of things. Like that's the business you're in. If you don't like doing it, don't do it. You got more money than God.
That's what he said. He understands now that he's in college doing college game day. He's gonna be doing this. He's gonna have to make that type of decision. But coaches don't like doing that because basically, Dan, if I say who's gonna win between the Dolphins and the Saints,
I'll tell you this year it should be the Dolphins.
But you're a Saints fan.
But what if I do this? Well, it's an out, but it would be an out to say, well, it's clouded because it's my two favorite teams. It's the city I live in and the city I grew up in. So me picking, no, just give me your pick. And then don't give me all this other. It's a way out. It's a safe.
It's not a way out.
He's a safe.
It's not a way out. That's not a way out.
I just wish he would go away.
Well,
go away.
He's gonna be loved, and people are gonna enjoy him on college games.
And I get the irony that I'm playing him, and I'm saying go away. I get that on the show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you stop hating. Why? Because the guy decided to go.
No, because I don't like him. I know him. I know him personally. To say personally, through media and through work, I know him. I don't like him. I know people that have told me stories. I don't like those stories.
Okay.
So yeah, keeping it a buck right there. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like them.
You know what? And I respect that.
Yeah. There's some really nasty stories.
If there's stories that you know or you've been part of then that's understand because there's professional and personal. So yours is a little bit your dislike of him is more personal. So if you know it is basically saying I know the guy that you guys don't know.
Yeah, there's been some stories that have been told too, on these airwaves too.
Oh, well, listen, on the airwaves, whatever. But he's in college football, he's Teflon done.
Yeah, I mean, he's right up there with the
So,
top 3
it is what it
college
is,
football
but
coaches
I
of all
do
time.
understand
Watch out for Mark
as a
Cristobal.
as a
Mark Cristobal
person
loves him, by the way.
as a person who's in college football, you probably remember a lot of these guys have worked under him, have gotten jobs working under
Mario
him.
Cristobal loves him.
They probably worked under him or did something with him and that helped them along the way in getting to the position that they are in. So listen, the one thing I know about people, there's people that's gonna love you, but more so than not, there's probably gonna be more people that don't like you.
Well,
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you know.
There was a lot of hate last night, and I was watching this game. SMU and Nevada, things started nasty, and they kept being nasty all night long.
Conduct. SMU #1, spitting on opponents.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty. Wow. Automatic first down. There it is. Remember what was ejected.
Absolutely.
Wow. That's Brandon Crossley. And Rhett Lashley's not real happy, but Crossley has been ejected from this game. I mean,
I think he's arguing that he was just spitting on the ground.
If the ground is another
He's
person's
just
face.
sitting on the ground. I was watching the game with the sound off at Titanic Brewery right by the U, and I didn't know what was going on. And now I woke up this morning and I saw it, and I was like, goodness gracious, man. He's lucky he didn't get popped, man. You spit in someone's face or spit at someone. That's nasty work. Nasty work.
You spit in somebody's face, that's immediate fighting, man.
God, that's what I said. I couldn't believe it. No,
That is absolutely nasty.
that's last but not least, Vlad, I threw this one in for you. They were in Ireland yesterday, game day.
They had a banger.
National championship. Who do you think it is? They decided to bring in WWE's
The Celtic,
Sheamus.
the Celtic Warrior.
What did Sheamus have to say?
National champs. We're in Dublin City. We're in Ireland. I gotta go with the fighting Irish now today. Oh. Listen, last year, this street here, Dame Street, is one of the most historic streets in this city. They changed this street from Dame Street to Notre Dame Street. And Marcus Freeman he's created a culture in Notre Dame at South Band, which is unbelievable. He's going to be the guy to bring the gold back. And there's going to be two ND plates on this championship at the end of the year.
I love that.
First of all, shout out to Sheamus. We're going to Ireland, showing Pat McAfee and his boys the town. They had a good time. Clearly, you knew he was going with Notre Dame. Ain't nobody who's from Ireland going to go against any team other than the Fighting Irish. And third, you know what? Shout out to him to know that Marcus Freeman, who the coach is, and he was showing him love. Because I bet you there's a lot of Irish people that don't know that the coach of Irish people, meaning people from Ireland.
Right, 100%.
They don't know who the coach of Notre Dame is.
Absolutely.
They don't even know the coach
They don't know where Notre Dame is located.
Freeman. Is that an Irish name?
Notre Dame is French for Our Lady.
You know?
Did you know that?
Of course, Notre Dame.
How are you named French Our Lady and you're the Fighting Irish?
Our Lady of Fighting Irish.
Oh, it makes sense now.
She's a bad chick.
I love her.
You
Love
know?
her. Worship her. I love her.
Yeah, man.
Sheamus, though, doing a little bit of research, you can tell.
No, he did the research, but the way he broke it down, I'm like, wait, you know that you even know brother Coach Freeman?
Yeah, he said,
All right.
got the culture.
He's got the culture.
Culture. That's a real accent, huh? He's really
Oh,
from
yeah,
Ireland.
he's really
Okay.
from there.
Because you never know with wrestlers.
Oh, no. He's really from Ireland.
It's cool. All right. Going to set things up and get things going. Hour 3 of Sports Day Next, 560 WQAM.
Text W.
800-747-3733.
Looks like Mike Blanco going to be cut very soon by the Miami Dolphins. He'll get picked up somewhere. I just can't figure out where yet. I guess it's too soon. He's not even officially cut yet. But he'll get picked up
Probably
somewhere.
San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a serviceable quarterback, but there's always a need.
I don't know if he's a third string quarterback.
He did not put together a good tape this preseason. I will say that.
No.
So he's probably going to get him on a little bit more of a discount than $4 million he was expected to make, or $3.5 million he was expected to make with the Miami Dolphins this year. But he'll find his way onto a team or a practice squad because, I mean, we've seen much less guys make practice squads and teams. There was times when Josh Rosen was in the league for a while longer after he got cut by the Dolphins. And if Josh Rosen can make a couple of practice squads and teams, then definitely Mike White. But Mike White looking like he's pretty much going to be done very soon. And it's not official yet, but pretty much going to be done. ESPN is reporting that sources are saying he will be cut by the team, opening up $3.5 million in cap space this season. Of course, the season kicks off 2 weeks from today, Hard Rock Stadium against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, he's making a lot of money. He's on that team for a long time. Tua Tagovailoa, he's making a lot of money. I'm not going to say he's on the team for a long time, but he's going to be on the team for a couple more years.
What, Tua?
Yeah.
At least 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With the way the Dolphins have treated Tua in the past, can't always say, oh, he's going to be on the team for a long time. You just say, okay, we'll see. We'll see. College football got off to a good start last night. No games tonight. But the Hurricanes, they're not getting back to action. They're starting action against Florida Saturday, 3:30. It's a nationally televised game on ABC. So the world is watching, and we just talked about it a little while ago. High expectations for the Miami Hurricanes. Some people saying they're underrated at 19. Other people have gone through and have them winning all the games or all but one of their games and going to the college football playoff. We'll see. We'll see. Once again, I'm worried about August 31st, this coming Saturday. See what happens with the Florida Gators. Rivalry game always gets you a little bit nervous, but I trust in Mario Cristobal.
You gotta like it though, out the gate, week 1.
I do like that
Rivalry. Get it, get the season started right.
You win the rivalry or you win the big opening game, it's awesome. You lose, they're kind of, but I will say this, and I've been through a lot of these games, and you have too, Vlad. I would prefer it being a rivalry or a big game as opposed to a
rivalry
game.
Rivalry is good because even if you crap the season, that university can't talk to you. You know what I mean? Like Florida can't talk. Oh, Miami's had such a bad season. This, that, the other. Yeah, but we beat your ass.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the overall excitement and the fun of opening the season. Like something about opening the season against a formidable opponent is exciting and cool.
Oh yeah,
opening the season against a Division II, like I'm just gonna throw out.
FAMU.
Yeah, I didn't even want to say that. I was gonna make.
Listen, opening against like the BCCs and the FAMUs, the Bethune-Cookmans and all that. No disrespect to them as a university, but they're a heavy underdog, and if they're playing at the Hard Rock Stadium or something like that, they're expected to get blown out. But when you go against a compatible foe, and especially a rival, you're going against a team in a big conference like the SEC, who's known for as one of the major teams in that conference for a number of years, and they happen to be your rival, a team that ducked from the smoke so many times. After one incident in the 80s, they didn't even want to play you guys. That it took years to finally play them. Come on, man. Like, yeah, this is it. This is what you wanted. This is what you love to start the season with. Put it this way, I'd rather them start the season against Florida than start the season against Florida State. There's something about there's something about Miami and Florida State in October or early November. It means more. It was great those games are great. Like you said, when you go against a formidable foe, you know what I'm saying? When you go against a formidable,
I'm ready.
That's what you live for. You live for those that game. You've been waiting all season for college football, and you get a good game like this.
Right.
Next week's gonna be crazy, bro.
Good measuring stick too. You see where you where you're at in the season, as opposed to when you open up against, once again, let me just make up Carson City Community College. You open up against Carson City Community College, you don't know where you're at. You blow them out 55-7. Okay, there I go. When are we going to get to the real game? So I like the excitement. I like that there's a little more on the line.
Did you look at next week's schedule
for college football?
Yeah.
LSU and USC. That's the one I'm worried about. Sunday night.
But bro,
7:30.
Before we even get to that, and mind you, Miami and Florida is a 3:30 game. The noon game next Saturday is Clemson at Georgia.
Whoo!
You got Penn State at West Virginia.
I said whoo because Clemson. Good luck.
Right, but you know what I mean.
Although I told Georgia Tech good luck yesterday too, so
but that's
might
different.
only get that one going.
That's different. That's rivals. This is different. This is two major powerhouses. Well, one is a major powerhouse. One used to be, but if this is a game. If Clemson wins, oh my God, Dabo's gonna be. Oh my God.
Mark my words, they will not.
We assume that.
I know. I assumed that Georgia Tech would lose yesterday, but mark my words, Georgia ain't letting that happen. Although Dabo makes his whole life's work to try to beat SEC schools.
That's what I'm saying. If he go, because look, he's been on the down now. Clemson hasn't been looking like what they were when they had Sunshine and Deshaun. He's not one that wants to play the NIL game. If he somehow upsets Georgia and it leads to a great season by Clemson, look out for the Dabo's going to come back, boy. He's coming back.
Good luck.
Resurrection of Dabo.
Good luck.
But
Georgia. They're at Georgia. They're between the hedges.
They're going at noon. They're going between the hedges.
I'll talk about some other games that are a little more interesting.
Listen, but as a noon game to kick off the college football season, that's a great game. And then 3:30, you have
Miami. Florida.
The Florida rivalry. Florida.
Got a good game that night. I think it's Notre Dame and
Texas A&M. Now, let's be real. Florida and Miami should have been the night game.
I don't play that game anymore, man. I don't
the only reason why I didn't Notre Dame and Texas A&M is a 7:30 p.m. game is because of Notre Dame. That's it.
Yeah, it's exactly because of Notre Dame.
That's it. But
it's a national brand.
Those two games that I mentioned should have been a nighttime game. That has more juice to it than a Notre Dame A&M game. But whatever.
I mean, A&M's a big, formidable opponent.
Ooh, Jimbo's not there no more, and they got the coach from Duke. What's his name? Kilco? I don't know what his name
Doesn't matter. They spend more money than any college football team, and then they play Notre Dame.
It's Notre Dame. That's the reason why, bro.
Well, of course. It's all about viewership and money. People always ask me, why are they doing that? I'm like, think about it. What's the reason anybody does anything, basically?
But you guys got Sunday night to yourselves, man.
Sunday night in Vegas, baby, against USC. No Caleb Williams there. It's going to be fun. Of course, the past 2 seasons, I thought it was going to be fun against Florida State.
Damn, Florida State's playing that next Monday? Jesus. They didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 conference game out the jump. They went to Ireland for Georgia Tech, and they played Boston College. Damn.
Colorado versus North Dakota State Thursday. You also get Minnesota, North Carolina, and NC State against Western Carolina. I'm gonna watch that Colorado North Dakota State game while I'm over there at Duffy's and Plantation. I'm gonna see how Colorado shapes up this year.
Oh, you're gonna be at Duffy's on Thursday. Huh?
I'm there every Thursday.
Yeah,
trivia night. Say hi to Justin, Sabrina.
You know I'm saying hi to Sabrina.
General Manager Sean. Vanessa.
Shout out to Justin and General Manager Sean. And
NFL preseason ends today, Vlad.
Hi, Sabrina.
Are you sad that the season's over?
Yeah. Don't you see the emotions that I'm crying?
Saints.
I'm heartbroken.
And the Titans just got underway. My brother sent me a link, Paul Day All Day, to watch the Saints game. I was like, I'm gonna be.
Is it on national TV?
I don't think it is. 4:30. It's the Cardinals and the Broncos. Got Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix starting for the Broncos.
Woohoo.
And then at 8 o'clock, Patriots, Commanders. I'm guessing by some point early in the season, Drake May will be the starting quarterback for the Patriots, if not the beginning of the season. Commanders, Jaden Daniels not playing today.
No scores. Second and goal at the New Orleans 3. Tennessee's underdrive.
Will Levis just keeps popping up in my life.
Who's Jake Hayner?
Somebody that's playing football right now.
Yeah, he's for the Saints. He's your quarterback.
Whew. Jake Hayner. That team. The U, 2.5-point favorites Saturday against Florida. The over-under, if you're a betting man or woman, 54.5 points. Kickoff is at 3:30, 54.5. You usually go under because it's the first game, but Vlad, you're saying most likely over because it's the first game and the defenses don't really have it all together. Nerves. I see 27-21. That would get us to 48. So I'm under.
Oh, no, you're an under.
I'm an under guy.
Oh, we got some text. 954 Vlad, Mike Elko, who's the coach of A&M. He was a good coach at Duke. He's an amazing coach. He used to be the defensive coordinator at A&M, and he was the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame several years ago before he went to A&M. His Duke teams used to kick Miami's ass.
Yeah, they got us a couple times.
He said Notre Dame and A&M belongs at night next Saturday. It's the game of the week. Miami should kill Florida, but Mario's going to Mario.
Ooh.
Actually, no, the game of the week is Clemson, Georgia. But listen.
Mario's going to Mario. Why are you going to throw that shot in there?
Dude, that timeout, that not calling it, I mean, that's not taking the bended knee. I call that game the unbended knee game.
I still have my questions about that. I have a theory, but I'm not. It's not worth even bothering.
If you have questions about it, you can't be upset if a man says he's gonna marry her. It's like Chargers gonna Charger.
Jets are gonna Jets.
Dolphins are gonna Dolphin.
Man, Jets have that tradition, bro.
Oh, so do you guys?
I believe that we will win.
Win.
Well, we've already cut Willie Snead the fourth. We've already cut. Well, we're about to cut Mike White. Cutting the fat, as they say, as we kick off against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's still obese.
1 o'clock. Oh, we'll be fine. We got Calais Campbell. That ends all arguments.
He's a giant.
Nobody messes with Calais Campbell. You get some foolishness in the locker room. You hear Calais, hey, yo, man, we're cool. Cool. Stop that. Watch yourself. Okay, yes, sir. How do you get that big? Like, how are you born that? Like,
there's only one person that can, like,
who?
Like, cower him, like, make him cower.
Who is that person? Andre the Giant?
His mother.
Okay, yeah.
When you're that size, the only person who's not afraid of you is the person that created, or you created you, or came out of you. That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Because I've seen this. I'm like, oh my God, look at the size of these. And then, boy, just get, boy.
Just ma'am.
Yeah, and you see that. Yeah, bro. And it's in all of us. We're all mama's boys. We're all mama boys.
Yeah, of course. I listen to my mom, and
absolutely. So it don't matter.
I get into it, but I also listen.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That woman that raised you, that helped you get to that status, is the only one that can make you feel like the child that of theirs.
I got it, man. Okay, game 1, of course, 2 weeks from today. You're going to be in the locker room. I want you to ask Calais Campbell, is there anyone he's scared of other than his mother? I want that audio. Say, man, you played real big today, Calais. You can't deny that. Played so big. No one in this league is scared of you. But are you scared of anybody besides your mother? Perfect setting. Perfect setup right there.
No. No. I'm afraid no man or woman except for my mama.
Yeah, but yeah, set him up, man. And then we'll play it back twice on the postgame show, man.
So wait, when you mean I gotta look up to the giant, and then he looks down on me like I'm an ant.
He's a very nice, well-educated young man. Not young man, but he's 37.
He's the nicest person, bro.
Yeah, you're cool. Ask him if he's
the nicest person.
Is he afraid of anybody
other than his mother?
Other than his mother. Like I said,
I would say no.
Say like you play big today. The whole league still, fears you.
Listen, I don't gotta butter him up.
Butter him up.
No, I'm not buttering him up. I'm not getting his ass or anything. I'm gonna be like, look, man.
Well, I want it to kind of flow, you know.
You're a big dude. You had a hell of a game. Anybody you're afraid of? Anybody?
Yeah, just say anybody.
Anybody. And then he says, no, I'm not afraid. What about your mom?
Yeah, follow up. That's it.
What about your mother?
We're hatching a scheme.
What about your mother or your grandmother? You're afraid of them. Well, yeah. No, we all are.
Should be. Tyler Hero ain't scared of nobody. He told Forbes that if the team is healthy, they believe that they can make a run all the way to the NBA title. I wonder what Noah Lyles says. Noah Lyles must like that because Tyler used the word NBA title and not world championship. He did. Tyler Hero thinks that they're healthy, they win a championship. I would hope he feels that way. I don't think the Marlins are going to win the championship this year, Vlad. the World Series, World
Oh, hell no.
Championship.
Aren't they eliminated yet?
I'm just looking for them to try to win a series. They haven't won a series in a while, nonetheless. They got spanked 14-2 yesterday by the Cubs. That was on Colombian Heritage Day. Today, they are currently on Jewish Community Celebration Day. And when you're having Jewish Community Celebration Day,
You gotta bring the biggest Jewish athlete.
you bring the big guys out.
Superstars.
Throw the first pitch, man.
Who did you get?
You get Bam Adebayo.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Bam
Larry
Adebayo.
Allen?
Yeah, Bam Adebayo. Mark Hochman even. No, Bam Adebayo.
I mean, Larry David? No?
No, Larry David. No. You think I'm joking?
Jerry Seinfeld?
No Jerry Seinfeld. No Larry David.
No?
No. Ben Stiller?
No Ben Stiller?
No.
Okay.
Go with Bam. Old number 13.
Bam Adebayo.
I want to see, do we have video or anything of Bam throwing up a bird? Let's see.
Okay. I really don't understand why.
It's one of those things they probably already had made it and then they realized what day it was. I mean, Heat Nation, Bam Adebayo will throw out the first pitch in the Marlins game today. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe. Let's see. Marlins. Is anybody at the game listening to us?
You know how bad the game must be.
We might be more entertaining than the Marlins right now.
Dude, I would give you so much props, whoever the listener listening to our show and watching the Marlins game, because our show might last longer than the game.
Oh man. Okay. Well, the Marlins are up 2-1.
Think about it. First pitch was at 140.
Marlins up 2. They scored 2 in the first. They're up. That's 2-1 now in the third. Okay. Well, yeah, that was 2-1. That's what I said. Let's see if they had some. They may have gotten a leadoff home run from Connor Norby. I'm not lying. They got a leadoff home run from Connor Norby. That was a good. We got him in a trade. Trade's paying off. Jesus Sanchez also hit a bomb in the first. Not bad. Not bad at all. Connor Norby starting the game at DH. Oh man.
Yo,
Bam is there. Someone's texting in 305 text in. Bam is there.
Okay, cool. They must have watched the game.
If you're at the game though, seriously, I want to buy you some donuts.
Remember yesterday's show? We were talking about these two athletes in this respective sports.
What two athletes?
The guy out west and the guy in the east.
Oh, Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge.
Well, guess who hit their 50th home run today?
Cool. And now Aaron Judge yesterday did not hit a home run, ending a 4-game streak of him having a home run.
Well, guess what?
He's back on the horse. He got back on the horse.
He got back on the horse today. He hit his 50th.
Hit a bomb. Well, last night Shohei Ohtani hit his 41st.
Right.
We tell you every single weekend, if you're in LA or New York, you have to go to a Yankees game. You have to go to a Dodgers game because something magical is going to happen.
Crazy right now how good these guys are playing.
Unbelievable. I mean, and it's not that they're just unbelievable this season. They've been unbelievable.
But it's just like
they're real.
Dude, think about it. He had this type of season in 2022, and I'm really thinking this season that he's had is better than the 2022 season. That 2022 season was one of the best seasons in Major League Baseball history. But what he's doing right now is sick. And what Shohei's doing, he could be the first player to hit 50-50. You know how badass that is to go 50-50?
And he's still recovering from Tommy John.
From Tommy John. And he's saying that his arm is feeling better. He started throwing from the mound the other day.
Goodness gracious.
And this guy that's 6'8", playing 280 pounds, playing center field. You know how hard it is to play center field? You have to cover a lot of track, a lot of speed, a lot of space.
That dude is one of one. He is unbelievable. Aaron Judge. Adopted too, by the way.
I tell you, him and Aaron Gordon might be brothers.
They could be. I mean, it's not out of the total realm of possibilities.
I'm telling you.
Got to give kudos to our dude, Daniel Solana. Predicted Inter Miami winning, predicted Luis Suarez scoring a goal, and he was not dead on because Luis Suarez scored 2 goals in 6 minutes. Came in, boom, goal, boom, goal. They walked off the pitch 2-0, clinching a playoff spot at FC Cincinnati, too. It's not like they were playing the Chicago Fire, who they're going to be playing in Chicago this Saturday at 8:30. Not like they were playing the Montreal CF. No. They were playing FC Cincinnati. Pretty darn good team that beat you 6-1 last time you played. No, you didn't have all your horses, but nonetheless, whew, that Luis Suarez, man, he is something else. Represent Uruguay. Much love. Despite rumors of being traded or contract holdups, some pundits do believe that the Panthers will play out their contract this upcoming season with Aaron Ekblad. We're all hoping for that. As I told you yesterday, the 22nd of September, exhibition begins for the Panthers against the Nashville Predators.
So let me ask you this. Do you want to be the person to have the trophy last for the day?
I don't know. They clean it, man.
No, but I'm saying who is the last player to have the trophy?
I don't know. I know the first person that had it.
Right.
Took a dip into the ocean.
I understand that, but I'm saying the last person. Who's the last person to have the trophy?
Probably.
And what happens? And then what happens? You bring the trophy back to? Does the trophy go back
the
to
guy? The keeper of the cup is with the trophy at all times.
So then he has to go back to it with it to Toronto.
Toronto, yeah,
and then have to wait to opening night to bring it back out.
Yeah, gets a little break. Told me he really enjoys those 2 weeks he has off of the year.
And speaking of that, look at me. That's why I love these people. The media relations people at the Panthers are unbelievable. Shout out to Chrissy, Adeline, Veronica, Tom. They're great. So
yes,
Dmitry Kulkakov had the day with the Stanley Cup today.
Okay.
Yes. So, and he had it here in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
So the cup's back home.
That's good.
The cup's back home, and it's in Fort Lauderdale, and it's probably gonna make its way to Toronto.
Oh, somebody get to the elbow room now.
Well, yeah, he was at the Baptist Health. It was at the
the Baptist Health ice rink.
Yeah,
the old War Memorial,
the Iceplex.
Nice.
The old War Memorial. Nice. Yeah. If you were the one that had the cup last, what would you do?
What I would plan on doing the whole time with it.
Okay.
Told you I'd take it to Waffle House. I'd take it to Club Live. I'd take it to Funky
You
Buddha.
at Waffle House with the cup. It's a scene.
That's hilarious, dude.
That's a scene. That's all. I'm giving you the shot props.
Yeah.
That's a scene.
I thought through this, bro.
That's a scene. I'll give it to you.
I wonder if you still pay for your meal if you bring the cup to a Waffle House. Like over there, I know they got the one over in is it like kind of off 95 if you go north?
They got refill cups, right?
Oh yeah, man.
You got the Stanley Cup. Why do you need to?
I ain't drinking coffee. I don't think I'm gonna eat or drink out of the cup. Too much history, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. A Heineken Dutch Grand Prix was run earlier today. Max Verstappen said he wanted this one because he has Dutch heritage. He did not win this one.
MVS didn't win?
Lando Norris.
Oh.
Yeah, there could be some chinks in the armor.
There could be some chinks in the MVS armor.
There could be.
Was he finished second?
Yeah, he was second, though.
Okay.
With that being said, you're never second. You always come first when it comes to the day spa. A giant statue of baby Jesus in a Mexican church has drawn comparisons and looks just like Phil Collins. Another
Susu Studio?
I mean, you can feel the Holy Spirit coming in the air tonight.
Oh man, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to go with the most,
obvious one.
the
Yeah.
obvious one. Okay.
I don't care. I don't want to say I don't care anymore. I mean, everyone knows that's Phil Collins.
You can't
so.
hurry Jesus. Like you
Yeah,
can't hurry love.
Yeah. Can't. Phil Collins.
I got you on that one.
Genesis. Phil Collins. Genesis. What a band.
I mean, I can understand. Remember, Jesus had a Paul that turned his back on him.
I wasn't doing so much of that. Like I'm, and there's all across the world different renditions of artist renderings of Jesus. As long as it's done out of respect and tasteful, I have no problem with it, man. I don't. I mean, we don't know exactly what anybody looked like back then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Up next. Oh, we never know what's going to happen with the Heat. We heard Tyler Hero, if we're healthy, we got this. People keep talking. I guess there's not too much to do with the NBA right now. Team USA is finished up, but people keep talking about trades and this and that and this. We'll get into that terrible silliness next here on 560 WQAM.
shows you might have missed.
Told you just a couple of minutes ago, Tyler Hero told Forbes, we're healthy. Miami Heat making a run to the NBA championship. Also told you yesterday, you can hear the Heat right here on 560 WQAM, and they're back on Valley Sports. Are they going to make a run? We're going to find out. Are they going to be healthy? We're going to find out. Is this team going to look drastically different? I don't think so. But once again, people are theorizing all this craziness, mainly because there's nothing else going on in the NBA. And if you're a writer or somebody that follows the NBA, you have to do something. So there has been talk, and tell me how crazy this one is on a scale of 0 being not crazy at all to 10. There is talk, since Jimmy Butler has the contract issue, and maybe Pat Riley and his act is getting a little old, Pat Riley's kind of sick of it, that they could trade Jimmy Butler at some point this season to the Houston Rockets in return for some capital and one shooting guard, Jalen Green.
I don't like to get into people's private life.
Oh, wait, there's something private?
I don't know if Jalen Green would be able to handle South Florida.
Okay.
Jalen has a child with one beautiful Drea.
Okay.
If you look at Drea, you'll see why she's one of them ones. She's a little older than him, and there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of news about that. But yeah, Jalen's about to get that big contract soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Jalen's about to get that big contract soon. So are the Heat willing to make a trade for a guy that's either got that extension or is about to get that extension? Because that's going to be the most money. He's going to make the most money out of any player on the Heat if he's traded to the Heat. So him being down here with the unbelievable attraction, let's just say.
Attractions.
I
was in Coral Gables yesterday. It was nice.
That was nice, right? A lot of talent right there, right? Believe you me.
I went down to Green Street and had a little dinner too.
Unbelievable
right
talent out there.
In the Grove.
There's a tremendous amount of talent, out there. But he's a young stud.
He's a good player.
Basketball-wise, he's great. I just don't know outside,
And they're saying the reason that the Rockets would make that trade is because they want, when I say senior leadership, an established veteran, some more of an established veteran to be on a team that
makes no sense to me.
Now.
He's the best player on their team. So if you're bringing an established veteran, you would be trading another player from that roster.
Okay.
If you look at that roster right now, and you see that makes no sense as well, because isn't that the reason why they signed Fred VanVleet to that $40 million contract?
That's why they also signed Steven Adams.
Isn't that why Uncle Jeff is on that team?
There you go. So I'm going to give it a 1. That Boban also technically on the team. I don't know if that means anything.
That's weird to me because they have the young talent and they have a good coach, a very good coach in Ime Udoka. So to me, it would mean you would want to bring another talent. Don't laugh because I say Ime. The first thing you think about is his Boston relationship.
Well, I just like that Jalen Green and Ime probably have,
Hey, only one. You know what? You might be right. There's only one HNIC in Houston.
Okay, but still, one, crazy. We know they're not trading Jimmy Butler. I just wanted to give that a little bit of fodder. Here's the second thing that someone has proposed. And it's always going to involve Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero to the Chicago Bulls.
For who?
Also, no, you're not listening. Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson to the Chicago Bulls.
Not for Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine. You get more scoring
and
health issues.
You get the same amount of history,
but you get some money off the books.
How? Because you're giving
Duncan Robinson also.
But he's making almost $43 million himself.
Right.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. But there is talk of that.
I would keep the injuries with the shooters.
I would keep Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson,
then
get
Zach. Yeah, and I would not have said that 2 years ago. I don't think I would have said that, but I'm just sorry. Zach LaVine, if you really look at that Chicago team, you're like, damn, that Chicago team should have been better than
they really should have been better
what they were.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me a lot of these players played better when he wasn't on the court.
Last but not least, there is a report. TWSN's Marissa Myers has proposed a trade that will send one Steph Curry.
Oh, Jesus.
Is this our girl Marissa Myers again? Is this her?
You might want to check.
Nonetheless, Steph Curry
Mm-hmm.
from the Warriors to the Heat. The Warriors would receive Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, a 2025 first-round pick, and a 2027 first-round pick.
So
is that a zero?
That's an absolute zero because I don't think Steph wants to go south.
Marissa.
That's south.
I think that's her.
And if he's going to go south, I would assume if he's going to go south, he would go to Southern California.
Dude, that is not just the best player on your team. That is the best player. That is the face of your franchise. The greatest player in your franchise's history. There's no way. How do you sell your fan base that you traded off Steph Curry for Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, and 2 first-round picks? That's a zero, Vlad. That's a zero on the 0 to 10 craziness.
Why?
No, I'm sorry. It's a 10. No, I'm sorry. 10. Absolute nonsense. There's no way that's happening, right? I mean, there's always a way, but
there's always a way, but I wouldn't see why you say it's not going to happen.
If you were the Heat, do you take that trade? I mean, Steph Curry is, as you say, on the back 9 of his career.
Yeah,
but man, he'll still shoot.
He's home 15. He's in the par 5 in the Masters.
Par
5, 15. It all depends on how good Miami would be in order for him to see that if he joins the team, he's definitely going to win the championship. Listen, if Steph is going to go anywhere, I think he's going to form the old big 3. I think he joins LeBron somewhere down the line. They get KD, and it's the old big 3.
They're bringing KD back into the mix?
Listen, if you really want to think about it, all he really has to do is go to LA, and it's him, AD, and LeBron.
Yeah, that's easy.
And that's an easy one. They play with each other this summer. AD's younger than these guys. So he can really do everything. And I know we saw it. And we could have saw it. There's reports we could have seen it earlier, but Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, did not want LeBron to join another team because of his legacy. But LeBron's legacy is so certified and verified. And solidified. He doesn't need to. He doesn't have to worry about any criticism about that. But now we want to see it after we saw the Olympics. Now we would love to see the rivals team up for one last ride together. But as for Miami Heat, no. And if as crazy as I'm sound, y'all giving up a little too much.
Yeah, those 2 first-round picks are a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That is a lot. So none of that's going to happen. As we have predicted for a long time, this Heat team going to look a lot like it did last year. We're just hoping it's a lot healthier. Up next, Something or Nothing here on 560 WQAM.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Guess who made an appearance at the Gucci concert?
DJ Khaled?
Yes. And trust me, my peoples were not very happy with that.
I was gonna say, man, his act's getting a little old around Miami. I'm not gonna lie. When you said
Not
that,
only that, bro. Go ahead.
when you said that, I was like, no, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that.
Not only that, right?
Sure, people weren't happy.
No, they weren't happy. There's been a lot of beef between some Jamaicans and the Jamaican people and DJ Khaled.
Then why the hell would he be there?
Because he
has to be at everything.
He wants to be loved, and
like him sitting on the sideline of the Heat game with that pillow for his feet when he had tennis shoes on. Like, what are you doing, man?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. If you had some impressive, like pristine one-on-one type of J's, you don't want to get those cuffs or dirtied up anyway. So if you want to put them on some, I know. Listen, I understand, Dan. That's a little too high privilege and a little snooty,
a little pretty,
But I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm rocking some $5,000 pair worth of sneakers and they're one of ones made for me and it goes with the fit, I gotta put some pillows. I would put pillows, dude. Let me tell you this the other day.
Would you rather have a car you can drive or a car that you want to look at? That's one of those things. It's the same thing. Why have the shoes if you're not going to wear them, or wear them the right way, or wear them pillows under your feet?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just walk around with them then, man.
Yesterday, before I decided to step out to work, I looked at the weather and I'm like,
well, that's okay.
Should I bring two? I got to bring a pair of sneakers. One that looks nice and one that if it rains, I can just wear it so it can get wet, that it could get damaged, messed up, as long as my J's don't get messed up, or is it as long as my newer J's don't get messed up? Now, if the older J's that's had a 2-3 year run, it's still in great condition, but it can get messed up, it'll get messed up. So I'm not upset with Khaled with the pillows, but I am upset with Khaled and the pandering to so many cultures. I'm sick of that.
Born in New Orleans, by the way.
Right. Born in New Orleans. And then here's the thing. So this is what made me upset. You know when like artists come in to a concert, they might do their 2-3 songs, like their hits, just to give the performer a break, to show love to the performer, everything like that. Khaled did that. And then he started rapping. I'm like, what verse have you rapped that's so fire in any of your songs? He was doing other people's verses. I was like, I'm done with this, man. That was my pee break.
Yeah, I agree. I'm done with him.
That was my pee break.
Babe Ruth's jersey that he wore when he called the shot.
Come on, man. Now,
Game 3, World Series, 1932. Cubs. It auctioned for $24.12 million yesterday. Is that something or nothing?
That's something ridiculous, bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is some memorabilia.
Let me tell you this. I would rather pay money for a pillow on the court than to wear something that was.
No, you're not going to wear it.
Then what are you going to have it for?
You put it up on the wall. You mount it.
That's it. So I paid $1 million for a jersey.
No, you paid $24.12 million.
I paid $24.12 million for a tattered worn jersey.
Yes, that's part of history.
What kind of history is this?
I'm not buying anything.
Who's buying this into?
I don't even own
50 years?
I own a Marlins jersey that I bought from China for $40, and it took me 6 weeks to get it. So Jim Harbaugh gave credit to the 12 players that got trapped on that elevator in Dallas for 2 hours the other day in his post-game press conference. Is that something or nothing?
I mean, it's Jim Harbaugh is always gonna make like anything sound like it was the greatest thing ever.
You really got to respect these guys. Well, what they've been through. They were on the elevator for 2 hours and they were still able to show up and compete at a high level. Huh?
Who has it better than us? I don't know how you guys got stuck in the elevator.
Rumors that Oasis could be reuniting. Is that something or nothing?
That's something, because if there's any sibling rivalry that I'm all in for, it's the Gallagher brothers.
Liam and Noel.
I love their battle.
Oh man. To beat Liam.
Yo, dude, you could see it in the concerts that they perform in.
Well, they got into fights on stage.
That's what I'm saying, but you can see it. Like, one would be playing the instrument, just looking at the other, like, oh.
They would cuss each other out all the time on stage. It was awesome.
I bet you the only person that can correct them, get them in line,
Jimmy Carter.
Well, no, I wasn't going to say that unless that's their father.
I was trying to come out of left field on that.
Unless that's their father, but I would say Mama Gallagher.
Oh, okay. Maybe Jimmy Carter was a good point right there. I don't know. The trailer for Nothing But a Good Time, the uncensored story of 80s hair metal, has been released. It features bands like Poison, Rat, Dokken, Motley Crue. Is that something or nothing?
I think that's something for all you 80s rock band fans.
We get caught. There's been a billion documentaries made about basically every genre of music, but it gets me every time, man. The hair metal, the excess, the craziness.
I just want to, you'll watch it because you've already heard so many stories and you have a idea. But if they get into it and explain it a little bit further, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's wild. But
who's your favorite hair metal band? I have to go Motley Crue, simply just off the top of my head.
I gotta go Van Halen.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think.
Come on, Van Roth was here, baby.
Van Roth was huge, man.
Jump.
That's Van Halen, but yeah.
Yeah. That's Van Halen. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, oh yeah. Van Hagar was
Van Halen.
Come on, baby, finish what you started.
But Van Roth? That was
Van Roth, yeah, Van Halen. What am I talking about?
Well, yes, we say with the group is Van Halen, but because of the singers,
Van Halen,
you go Van Roth, Van Hagar, or Van Hagar.
Was there Gary Sharon thrown in there for a short time?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
There was no Van Sharon.
No, there was no Van Sharon. I've only known about Van Roth and Van Hagar.
What about Arnel Pineda? Do you believe in him?
No.
Why should I believe? And he's also the lead singer of Journey. So I don't know why I brought that up. Well, the fake lead singer of Journey.
Okay.
I'm getting really confused today, man.
You can't say half.
Can't say half. I did this Mike White stuff got me all twisted.
Why? You so excited that you were right that you got. I've never seen somebody excited that somebody got fired.
I know. It shouldn't be like that.
You're worse than Craig's dad.
Craig's dad.
Friday.
Oh yeah. Good. A woman facing eviction over her 3 emotional support parrots recently won a $165,000 federal case.
Wait, say that again. She
was getting evicted for having 3 emotional support parrots.
Okay.
She challenged it. She said that you guys are causing me stress now.
Ooh.
Goes to the federal courts. Federal courts saw it her way. Now she's going to get $165,000 for her strife.
I really can't say I'm upset with that, bro.
I'm on her side, man. I'm
kind of on her side because if they're emotional stress parrots, they've been labeled as that.
Yes.
Why is she not able to keep 3 parrots that are there for emotional stress?
Yeah, I agree.
And because of you doing that, you're causing her more stress. I agree with that, bro. I totally agree with it.
If you had a parrot, though, would you teach it to cuss?
Absolutely.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
Especially to certain people you don't like. But guess what?
Get it to say words you can't say.
Guess what? It's gonna say it anyway because they listen to everything that you say.
They listen to everything you say. They listen to your music and everything like that. They know what they're doing.
There's that trick, Charlie.
Those birds are smarter than you think, man. Like, I swear, I'm not even joking. Like, tell me if I'm wrong about this. I was at a pet store one time and I was walking by a parrot and it said, "Cracker." And they go, "He's hungry." I go, "He ain't hungry. He ain't hungry." I'm not playing. All right. Last but not least, it's a true story too, by the way. Last but not least, these people with the cutesy names, they overthink it. They do too much. This one's big, man.
Listen, as long as there's not a prefix in front of it.
No.
Cool.
A woman named, and this is how you spell it, C-I-J-A. She said her name.
C-I-J-A.
C-I-J-A.
Sija? Siha?
Sia. Initially, she says people think it's Sia, like Sia.
Right, but it's Siha.
But no.
Shiha?
Her mother named her after an automobile brand, Kia.
Oh, so the K, the
C and I is
K.
Is
key?
Yeah.
I can get the J-A. I can get the J-A as ha.
That's bad. Kia.
Apparently that's how, and I'm not, please correct me, but when I see text from like my Spanish people, they have J-A.
Yeah.
Laugh, right? So I can see that with a ha.
Kia.
But I don't see where the key with the C.
Mom messed that one up.
Yeah.
Cracker.
Like, do parents understand like the type of stress and pressure they're putting on their children with the names that they give them?
Obviously not.
Like I don't understand. And listen, no offense, ladies, because you're really the ones that choose the names.
Well, if you're a junior, a lot of times it's the man. But go ahead.
Clearly, because the man stepped in, is like, "Yo, you're naming my child after me. That's it." And there's nothing that the lady's gonna say. But then when the ladies want to make the decisions, and listen,
100%.
Like I always, and I
You
mentioned
think
this many.
me?
Bro,
I've never
the
named my
child's
kid.
name is Michael. Why are we putting a prefix in front of it? La Michael.
Oh yeah,
Stop.
J Michael,
Stop.
G Michael,
Stop.
to Michael,
Stop.
so Michael.
Stop.
Oh, names.
I don't need a prefix in front of the name.
Trying to think. Yeah, my buddies have weird names. Weird names.
D'Anthony. It's Anthony. I don't need a DE in front of it. He's not defensive end.
People, man, they get carried away. Carried away with those names.
And then this one here with CJ, it's supposed to be Kia.
Kia. It's supposed to be Kia, but it's CIJA. Kia. Kia.
How?
Kia.
Kia and
Does anybody love Kias that much that they want to name their kid after it? And then misspell it to be cute?
Like if she was naming the child Kalani and put the CE, would that work better?
I don't know. Strange names.
Because it's not like I could call Celine Dion Colleen.
No.
Nobody. Like
I'm just learning how to say Pamela Harris. Kamala. Whoa,
wait.
It's like Pamela, but it's
with a K.
With a K. Kamala.
Yeah.
For years, I was pronouncing it all over the place, but it's
as long as you're not pronouncing them like the former WWE wrestler, that's good.
Okay, we're good. Last hour of the show next here on 560 WQAM.
host. And the next host, my man. Speech. First of all,
Now, Jay-Z can show up at a Buju Banton concert any day for me, man. I'm down with that. Yes, totally down for that. Man. Okay. A lot going on in the world. Mike White very soon will be looking for a new job because it's not going to be with the Miami Dolphins. It's reported that they will cut him and they will make Skylar Thompson quarterback number 2, or Skylar Thompson will be announced as the number 2 quarterback. I think he already was quarterback 2 behind Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback 1, QB1. That's going to happen soon. The Marlins, they got it going on right now. They're up 3-1 on the Chicago Cubs. Marlins got the worst record in the National League right now. We're going to look into some of the trades and the fire sale and what we got in return for that. Get ready for that. Connor Norby, though, we did get him in one of the fire sale trades. He's 2 for 2 today. He had a lead off of the game home run. Well, not of the game because they were batting in the bottom of the first. Lead off of the first home run. Jonah Bride also 2 for 2 today so far. Adam Aller, you know, we've ridden and died with him all year on the mound. 5 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, though. Hey, man, maybe I should know Adam Aller's name. Put some respect on that name.
Yeah, put some respect on that man's name.
Doing something I can't do, which is throw a pitch. Dude, if they ever asked you or I to throw the first pitch, I'd be like, go ahead and take that one away, Vlad.
I've done that.
I'll be on the side.
I've done that.
Get him. Get him.
I've thrown the first pitch at a minor league. It was a strike.
I've never put my you got experience, so you
I have newfound. Well, I can't say new because it's been I did it almost 16 years ago, but back in my Fox Sports Radio days, they invited Ben Mahler and the show, which I was part of, to a minor league game, and we took minor league practice at bats, the whole 9.
I've seen your athletic prowess.
Listen, that was when I was in my prime. What you saw on the court at the Miami Heat court was me past my prime, not even playing, but that was when I was playing and active, and yeah, I was good, bro. I was good. I could, when I knew I was feeling myself, and I was like, I'm not that good, or they really taking it that easy on me, because I was like, when you taking the batting practice, right? And he's throwing this, their pitching coach is throwing it behind the screen and everything. And dude, I'm hitting it, I'm connecting, getting contact. Now I'm like, let me go oppo. And I'm actually hitting to the opposite field.
Now you're doing more than me.
Then I'm like, let me go center. Like whatever I was focused, I was focused on hitting at the location, the point I wanted to, it was doing that. I was like, either this guy is really coasting and just giving me some cheese to hit. I'm not that bad at hitting. I'm going with the former. But throughout the first pitch, it was a strike. I'm happy. Shout out to Greg Berman, Karen Kay, and Ben Mahler that was with me at that time. It was fun. So I have no problem throwing out a first pitch. I'm not going to 50 Cent it.
You're good.
I'm not going to
It's good to know.
Carl Lewis it.
It's good to know.
I'm not going to I hope I can make the Stallion. That was beautiful. You saw when Meg the Stallion threw the first pitch?
I did not see.
You might want to take a look at that.
I saw when Simone Biles threw out the first pitch. That was fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did she flip?
Yep. She did
oh, okay. Yeah.
And she threw a strike. I'm gonna say a strike. I mean, it was there.
You know what? You don't have to throw a strike. You just got to get it to the plate.
Yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
you got to get it to the plate.
It's got to be catchable.
And
it has to be catchable.
If it hits the ground, it has to be close to the plate where even I can say, you know what? A swinger might have swung on that and missed. A hitter might have swung on that and missed. But it can't be like 30 feet to the ground or it can't go left and right. That's crazy.
I wonder how Bam Adebayo did today with his first pitch.
Oh, he threw a strike.
Let me hit my sources up.
He threw a strike. Come on, 6'10", 60 feet away. He's proud of me. He's just touching. He's touching home plate.
Did Bam Adebayo throw out the first pitch today? ? How did he do ? We'll wait on a response for that. I got a guy in there.
You got a guy?
Yeah, you know.
Everybody got a guy.
Let's see. Did Bam throw? This speak to text is so crazy. Okay, did Bam throw out the first pitch today? How did he do? Okay, we'll see. I got people in the Lone Depot Park that can let us know if that is factual. I don't think we're going to another game this year. People keep asking, when y'all go to another game? I'm like, next year.
We might go to a game.
I might. Yesterday, we actually.
Well, I'm definitely going.
For
Oh
better,
my God.
For better or worse, we were going to go yesterday if we'd had a little more head time to plan.
I know I'm definitely covering a series.
You got the Braves coming to town.
Yes,
okay.
I am the Atlanta Braves, South Florida correspondent.
Why not? Since the Marlins are in last place in the National League, why not look at the rest of their schedule and see what games we might want to head on out there? Let's see. Anybody exciting that I might want to see? The Dodgers. That's going to be too many people. I can't believe I'm saying that about the Marlins games.
Nah, you know what? We're going to the Thursday afternoon
Well, we
game.
got to go because there's only a few more homestands left. The
It's
Dodgers,
a 4:40
the
game.
Braves.
Can you make it?
A 4:40 against the Braves?
Yeah.
It's a 4:10 game. I see. You really only have the
No, I was talking about the 4:40 Thursday afternoon game
against the Braves.
The Dodgers. That's it's that homestand.
4:40. We got a 4:40. That's not bad. It is the Dodgers though. It is rush hour. Let's see. Put a maybe on that one.
Okay.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani is going to be there. Okay, so yeah, he threw out the first pitch. He got it to home plate, but it bounced right behind home plate before it got to the glove. Not a bad pitch.
I got to see the pitch.
So
I got to see the pitch.
We weren't making a joke when we said that it's Jewish Community Heritage Day, and Bam Adebayo was chosen to throw out the first pitch.
It's not September. All right, listen, you're not, September 8th is out of there. That's week 1.
September 8th, yeah. Vlad, I'm not missing a Dolphins game to go see the Phillies.
I mean,
I'll
be at Hard Rock Stadium.
Pro player. Yeah, go ahead and date yourself.
All right, listen, I'll call it so many things that it was previously called that it's not even dating myself. This name has had more name.
Yes.
That stadium has had more name changes than Jennifer Lopez.
All right, Dodgers might be the deal, man. Yeah, Jennifer. And condolences to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Let me. You know what?
No prenup, baby. No prenup. We don't need no prenup.
Let me give Ben Affleck, and I don't really like to give Bostonians props, but I got to give props when props do. My fan, I understand. We've seen it in your face. Only men can understand that type of emotion and that type of stress and that type of anger that we've seen you have in those award shows leading up the red carpet.
Brutal.
Fam, I know what he was thinking. And it's always when you spin around the block again in a relationship. What the was I thinking to get Dak with this person?
And I
again?
Told myself,
and
if it didn't work the first time, it's not going to work the second time. But I still did it.
And you know why? Because the loving was fuego. And when the loving's fuego, you're willing to get back into the fire again.
It won't happen like it did the first time. It'll be different this time.
I changed, but you know who didn't change? She didn't change.
That man stopped drinking for her.
That man stopped being Batman for her. I don't know if that's true, but his Batman he never had a Batman movie, so I'm just saying.
And we all know who Jennifer Lopez dated back in the day. One of the people.
A lot. She's dated a lot. She's been married, what, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, Mark Anthony.
She's got more rings than the Knicks.
Was it Mark Anthony or was it?
She was married to Mark Anthony. She went out with Diddy.
That's what I said, dude. That was the one I was mentioning.
Who else she went out with?
Jenny from the block.
She went out with Ben.
Derek Jeter. Everybody
she went out with
Did you see that? They
no, his starting nine.
You saw the lineup? Like, who has the best starting lineup in baseball? Derek Jeter. And they're like, you talking about his Yankees team? Nah.
No, his girlfriends. It's a who's who. It's a murderer's row.
I have a new trick that I do. In life, if you want me to not get off the subject, I'll get to headlines. But I have a new trick.
What's your name?
No. So when I see a bad one with her boyfriend,
and he asks me what's her name, and you're gonna say no. Okay.
I see a baddest of the bad ones, and they're with their boyfriend. Instead of hating, I still pay attention to the bad one, but I see what their boyfriend does. I gotta take notes. Like, they got to be doing something right to have this bad one like that. So I keep one eye on the bad one and one eye on the bad one's boyfriend. Haven't learned anything yet, but I'm hoping it'll pay off one day. No college football today. It resumes Thursday. Colorado versus North Dakota State, one of the prime quote-unquote matchups, pardon the pun. That's going to be on Thursday. Minnesota, North Carolina, NC State, Western Carolina. I'm guessing my cousin Vladimir Lewis, I'm going to be betting on them all. and drinking Heineken at Duffy's Implantation Thursday night.
Yes. Now that my chest congestion is over with, Sabrina.
What do you call that? What do they call you over there at Duffy's Implantation, Vlad?
Black Dan.
Or Fake Dan, Black
Fake
Dan?
Dan, Fake Dan.
For some reason, there was a mix-up one night, and Sabrina asked you what your name was.
I said Vlad.
And she said, "Hey, is your name Dan also?" And you either said yeah or you said Vlad.
No, I said
there was a cross.
It's a cross. Listen, the conversation, maybe because I was just so fixated by her beauty that she might have asked me that, and I said yes. But I could have sworn she said, "Are you Vlad? Are you Dan's friend?" I said, "Yeah, I'm Vlad."
She probably said, "Okay, yeah, I don't know, yeah." But for some reason, there was a cross up.
Because my thing is this: I know you've told her we shot you out, and I know she knows because she says thanks for shouting me out all the time. So if you saying thanks for shouting me out all the time, wouldn't you know that's Vlad?
Your name's Fake Dan or Black Dan? You're not the only person that's gone to Duffy's Implantation and said that you're me, though. So
wait, somebody said that they're you?
People have tried to go there, yeah, and do that.
First of all, you're one of one.
Yeah, I know. I was just
all right. That's you. You're my cousin. You're my boy. You're one of one. Unless you gotta really be from Louisiana, like where Dan is from, and understand Dan to say that you're Dan. Now, as for me, I just say I'm Tan Dan. That's all. That's it.
So it's a time honored classic now to hear people call you either Fake Dan or Black Dan.
I love it because it's like an old
what?
It's an old Psych joke that we.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
No, it's an old joke from Psych where the two stars were black and white, right? They're friends, but one was black, one was white, and he goes, "I'm black, I'm white," and the person says that I'm black would be the white guy.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, I'm Dan. I'm Tan Dan. When they say you're Dan, I'm like, yeah, I'm Tan Dan. That's all. I'm Dan with a tan.
Beautiful time, man. Beautiful time. So
yeah.
Dolphins, they cut Mike White today. Or they will cut him.
Maybe it's not today. Maybe they'll cut him Tuesday. But he's getting cut.
If you're Mike White, what would you prefer? Hearing all these sources and then being like, oh man, I got to go into the office tomorrow and get my pink slip, or would you rather him just give you the pink slip and then all the
if you better let me know now so I could go in Sunday where nobody's gonna be in and then pack my stuff, or maybe somebody
they pack the stuff for you.
Yeah, but sometimes they throw away things that you might want to keep. So
or maybe you don't want them seeing some of the stuff you keep in your locker. Like me, you don't go in my locker. I pray my boss.
I never go.
Lynn, stay out of my locker because the lock is broke. Lynn, stay out of my locker.
I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna go clean it out after this. But I'll say clean out the stuff that I don't want people seeing.
You might want to, but I'm just saying, no. Yeah, it's embarrassing. You don't want to do that.
You have to face people. People kind of have that pity look on their face. But that's the business you're in and play.
But Skyler, if you're back up too, shouldn't you be getting a little bump and raise and pay?
They'll tell you. You're lucky to be on the team. Like they do us here at the radio station. You're lucky to still be here.
I'm not. I tell them you must forget the resume. I could easily
we just paid the guy over here to you a lot of money. Man.
Yeah.
But like you just opened up $3.5 million because that's how much Mike White was going to make. That's against the cap. That's not going to be against the cap.
$3.5 million better come to me then if I'm Skylar Thompson.
I appreciate the opportunity. At the same time, my services will require just $1 extra million this year. How about that?
$1 extra million?
Just throw that one here. Oh, wait, I got an agent. So how about that 1.35 here? Get me covered up. Speaking of betting money or big money, the 2.5-point favorites Saturday at Florida, the over-under 54.5, kickoff 3:30.
I still don't know yet what I'm going to do gambling-wise on that. That 2.5 is tempting. I might have to jump on that early.
You think it's going to get larger as the game gets closer?
It's either, because I think I'm kind of shocked that it's 2.5, to be quite honest. People are saying that it's 2.5, it's low. You as a home team, you automatically get 3 points.
Oh, 3.
So that means if this was in a neutral field, Miami would be like 6 points favorites. 6.5, maybe.
Miami were at home.
And if they were at home, they'd probably be 7.5, 8-point favorites. They would be definitely a touchdown and more favorite if this was at Hard Rock Stadium. So I don't know, because we haven't seen both teams.
You are correct about that.
We haven't seen both teams.
But there have been people at all the practices reporting and comparing notes. I mean, you have somewhat of a sight.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the year, man. Mario Cristobal, like you said, year one. I understand. It's year one.
That's
The cupboard could have been bare, however you want to look at it. Year two, you're putting your culture in. You're getting your guys and girls in. When I say girls, staff, as far as the staff is concerned, but your players in. Year three, you got to start really showing that the foundation, the groundwork that you've laid is starting to really build something. And that's why they're going to make the playoffs this year.
I believe that as well.
Playoff game's going to be awesome. Hopefully they play LSU. And then next year, or not next year, because like 3 years from now, opening of the season, Miami, LSU, Amsterdam. I told people that like randomly yesterday, and they just looked at me like, some people were like
They were all
smiling
into it, and then other people
and
were
then,
like,
but you could see in their face, like, not fear, but like, that's a really bad idea because someone's gonna die.
no, and they would say it's a bad idea because they know they want to go there and they know all the craziness that they would get involved in.
Yeah. But you put a bunch of college kids in Amsterdam, especially a bunch of Cajun Louisiana kids and Miami kids.
And the Dutch.
The Dutch are awesome. If we go, you know who we're calling first things first.
Who?
Thomas Rongen. He's from there.
Man.
I want the ins and outs. TR says it's great little town.
You already know where I'm going to be.
Luis Suarez. Speaking of soccer,
I'm going to be at a district.
He scored 2 goals.
It's going to be red.
In the first 6 minutes.
It's going to be lit.
Inter Miami won 2-0.
Like Luis Suarez was doing last night in the first 6 minutes. He was lining up the goalpost and the scoreboard. 2 goals, bro.
It's 6 minutes.
Imagine you got to the game 7 minutes.
I feel bad for that person.
You know what? How about the person that got in?
Oh, no, yeah.
Decided to go to the concession stand in front of their seats.
They're late. Their special someone decided that they needed to go to the concession stand.
Oh, man.
Because ain't nobody that's a fan gonna go to the concession stand.
Hey, Mark, you know what? Enough of trying to look cute. You're with me already. You don't need to look any more cuter. Like, let's go. Let's get going. The hell?
That is one of my favorite things. You tell someone, anyone, hey, look, we have hard set, leave at 6:30 or else we are not going to make. Okay, no problem. I'm telling you in a week in advance, 6:30, we have to leave. Ain't no way you're leaving at 6:30, 6:40.
You got to lie. You have to lie about the time to start.
Yeah, but you got to use that. You got to use that judiciously, though, because if you lie all the time, then they stop believing you.
No, it's a sport.
Stop believing you.
It's a sport. They have to believe in the sport because the time is the time. That's just, for everything like that, it's a set time. Now, for a party or going out clubbing, there's really no set time. You know what I mean?
I don't like walking into parties late, man. To me, it's disrespectful.
When I was younger, I did. Because I have this mentality that the party doesn't really start till I get there. I wasn't trying to get there.
I wish that wasn't the story around me.
Yeah.
I hate that, man, walking in. Hey, look at this here. I'm like, oh, no. Like, you're not drinking?
I'm
working tonight. Man, come on.
It all depends, too, how hard you party the night before.
That never depends for me, man.
Oh, it did for me, bro. Yeah, it did.
That sucks, though. Like, if I got to work, sorry, I can't drink. Come on. And then, like, this is a friend I was telling you about, and the other friend's, like, looking at you like, it's about to get wild. You're like, no, it's not. It's not. I got to work tonight. I'm not. Come on, man. Come on. Like, no. I'm not here for your entertainment today. Maybe next time. Okay. The Commanders, and then getting to a serious note, the Washington Commanders announced that they will build a statue in honor of former player and Cane Sean Taylor. Previous installation inside the stadium was highly criticized. It has already been removed. Taylor's daughter, Jackie, will be involved with the design of the statue. It is going to be the first former Washington Commander, organizational player that has been memorialized with the statue. So that's really, really cool.
I'm just happy for Jackie. Hope they do it really well. And
but I'm tripping, dude.
And shout out to her and to the University of North Carolina volleyball team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Has it not started yet? I was going to give you an update on the Little League World Series Championship between Chinese Taipei and Lake Mary, Florida. It says 3:00, but it had done. I don't see a score. So I know you're with bated breath for that score, but we're just gonna have to hold tight because I don't feel like searching that much for it. Nonetheless, I digress. Little League World Series. St. Thomas Aquinas, powerhouse, lost to powerhouse Bishop Gorman, 29-21 in Las Vegas. Well, no, it's here in South Florida, but Las Vegas is where Bishop Gorman is. If you remember correctly, that's where Snoop Dogg's son played. Also, if you remember correctly, maybe you don't want to remember correctly, Tate Martell played there.
Oh my God.
What's Tate Martell up to these days?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, he's not playing football anymore, is he? Let's go to look at the Wikipedia because Wikipedia never lies. They basically just, let's see. Oh, he retired from football, by the way. Once again, our favorite, when you retire, when you act like you chose retirement and retirement wasn't chosen for you. His Wikipedia page abruptly ends January 18th, 2022. Martell announced he was retiring from football after attending UNLV. He went 2 for 6 at his career at UNLV. I'd retire too. He averaged half a yard a pass. Oh, no, a rush. I'm sorry. He averaged. Man, I really thought, because I didn't know very much about him, that he was really going to help the U get back to the promised land.
No.
Jim Kelly, Steve Walsh. Who else?
Steve Walsh? No.
Tate Martell.
Mm-mm.
We're really going off the rails today. Since we're already off the rails, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. A 57-year-old man in Wales is scared to go outside. You know why?
No.
He recently went outside and got stung by 250 wasps. Vlad, you know how you felt the other day and it took you like 3-4 weeks to recover?
Nah, man, it took me 6 weeks, bro.
Okay, 6 weeks. You had a little upper respiratory congestion, and it took you a good 4 or 5 days to recover.
Yes, I was happy with that.
And I'm not saying, and you're not unique to that, because I think anybody, once they get past the age of like 35, it's a little like, if I got stung, and probably you two got stung by 250 wasps, number one, I would die. Number two, I don't know if I'd ever recover from that, Vlad. Because one wasp thing, heaven forbid you or I ever get stung again in our lives by a wasp. It would probably take, let's be honest, Vlad, how long would it take you to get over the pain and the swelling and just the overall complications from one wasp sting? I would say for me, it would be 2 weeks.
So if you get 20,
250.
It was 250 wasps?
250 wasp stings.
Oh, yeah. So we're taking a year and a half off.
I would die. I seriously think I would die. But I mean, one wasp sting might take me 2 weeks to like fully like get back to like normal. I would think. I mean, I got stung by a wasp when I was a kid and I had to like stay home from school.
That's bad, bro.
Wasp stings are nasty.
Gotta get that spray, bro. No, you got this wasp spray. Like you gotta.
Oh yeah.
You gotta like. You'll learn that. You learn that. Like there's things you gotta do to protect the house from insects and bugs to affect that. Like you going outside, man. That's probably you have a nice porch. You're probably expecting to enjoy some nice time outside your front porch. Drink a little old time lemonade. See me aging myself, and then all of a sudden, wasp out of nowhere.
I'll tell you.
And what did you have to attract 250 wasps to be out there? You must have had something that's very appealing to them for them to covet your house like that.
Yeah. Here's how I approach shooting down wasp nests. You see it, they're minding their own business. You go get the wasp spray, make sure it's that strong spray.
The strong one, yeah. And knock them out.
No, you keep those PF flyers on. You lean in as close as you possibly can.
No, don't do them flip-flops.
No. You whoosh. And when you see them like start, gone. And I mean, I don't stop running until like I've cleared a couple yards and I look back and
what I'm gonna do is run around back. Because if you try to run, because it's the front, you said this was the front, right?
Yeah.
So if you try to run, one might fly into the house.
Oh no, I'm closing doors.
Yeah,
windows,
that's what I'm saying.
everything.
But so go to the back, like, because then you could make sure that none of them is coming in the house with you or anything like that. But you better haul ass.
Yeah, Don't play around and keep. Oh, I got spray. I'll just shoot them down. They come after me.
Nah,
Go
that's
ahead.
not gonna
do
work.
that.
That's not gonna work.
Believe that. Okay, well, maybe the Marlins got stung. Maybe the Marlins stung with some of those fire sale trades. We'll look into what some of the prospects and players are doing now for our Miami Marlins on 560 WQAM.
See, I told you.
Miami Marlins up 3-1 on the Chicago Cubs. It is the seventh inning, trying to salvage a game of this series. Marlins had that fire sale trade earlier this year, and I told you we're going to keep the receipts and we're going to check in. Right now, checking in on some of the pitchers that we got throughout some of the trades that the Marlins have had ever since when Peter Bendix has taken over. Tanner Scott, we did actually get a haul for him from the San Diego Padres. He was an all-star closer for the Marlins. We got left-hander Robbie Snelling, right-hander Adam Mazur, and infielders Graham Pauley and Jay Bashirs. Talking about Robbie Snelling, the number 2 rated prospect in the Padres. They say he seemingly has regained his touch after the trade. He had a 6 ERA and 16 starts in Double-A, but at Pensacola, he's 2.51 ERA, 15 base runners, 23 strikeouts. He's been pretty good. And, okay. So the Missouri guy that we got, he's up at Triple-A. He's doing pretty good. He's got a 4.74 ERA. I don't know if that's a good return on our investment for an all-star. Nonetheless, you know who we're really trying to get to, and we'll get to him in just a minute. Brian De La Cruz. We got a right-hander by the name of Jun Seok Shim, whose durability has been an issue. That's what you want to do. You want to give up a big league bat that wasn't really costing you that much for a guy who has durability issues. Yeah, he's pitched he hasn't even pitched in the minors yet, by the way. He's still in Korea.
Wait, what?
He's having durability issues. Oh, goodness. So some of the top prospects who are already in the Marlins program. Now we know Noble Meyer. He was rated the team's top overall prospect by MLB.com. He was drafted 10th overall in the 2023 draft. Drafted him out of high school straight into the pros. Well, maybe not straight into the pros, but from Oregon. Here you go. Tell me if this excites you. This was our number 10th overall pick this past year out of Oregon in high school. He has a 5.68 ERA and an 0-5 record in 9 games since he's been at high A Beloit.
That doesn't excite me at all. My toes don't tingle for that.
Ooh, that's our number 1 prospect, by the way, Vlad. Anytime you say number 1 prospect at 0-5.
It's not good. That's never good.
We drafted that. We didn't trade for that. But you say at Jacksonville, he's young, he's trying to figure things out. AAA, no, high A, Beloit. Now, left-hander Thomas White. Remember that name?
Yeah, of course.
It's a very memorable name right there. No, he's the Marlins' number 3 overall prospect. Here we go, 6'5". There you go. Straight out of high school, 35th overall pick. Now, this is a little bit better. He's pitching 2.49 ERA, 10 starts, high A Beloit, 57 strikeouts, 47 innings. That's pretty good there.
Sounds good.
That's okay. That's got you kind of feeling a little bit like, okay, maybe we got some things going on here. Right-hander Carson Milbrandt, number 14 prospect overall. He has a 4 ERA. They're all in high Beloit right now, which has us very excited. The high Beloit team is high A Beloit, Oh, man. Okay, there's a guy named Dax Fulton. Is he a DJ or is he a left-hand pitcher for the Marlins program? He's coming off Tommy John surgery. There you go. That's another prospect that you're really going to be excited about with that paltry 5.18 ERA in 7 games at Pensacola. That's Double-A at least. So, nothing about that. Jacob Miller, 2nd-round pick, Ohio. He's got a 4 ERA and 16 starts. Man, this Beloit team is loaded with pitch. Do they have fielders? Some pitchers on the team. Oh, but who we really want to talk about.
Who is that?
One Woo-Suk Go. I told you, we're not letting this go. We traded. There's only like 12 guys in Major League Baseball that are batting above 300 right now.
Okay.
Literally, that's what the game has become.
Really? It's only 3?
12. There's like 12 guys. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Or do you want me to make you wait in suspense for Woo-Suk Go's?
I know Aaron Judge, Bobby Witt Jr. are the 2 of the 300 hitters.
Let's see. MLB batting average leaders. Okay. Let's see what we got.
It's not that, bro. I think it might be 5.
Bobby Witt's batting 348.
Right.
Aaron Judge, who we love, 333. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
318. Jordan Alvarez, 306.
See, now they got some 300 guys.
Stephen Quan. No, you're right. There's only 8 players batting 300 right now.
I thought we were going through one league. Okay, no, this is the whole entire league.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, you were right. There's like
I'm going to count the guys that are batting 298.
I'm going to count
like Kettle Martell,
you know what? I'm going to count some of the 290s guys because
let's go to 290.
All right, Rafael. So we're going 290.
We're cutting Luis Garcia is where we cut off. You're batting 293. If you're batting 290, that's 10 points. We can't give you that.
I'm going to give 293 is the cutoff point. There's 14 players that's batting 293 or above.
I got 14 players.
Yes.
In all of baseball.
Right.
Now, if you want to be a purist and you have to be batting 300, the only people at this late point in the season that are batting above 300.
There's 8 players that's batting above 300.
Vlad. But I mean, Bobby Witt, by the way, Junior, congratulate 348. That's nice right there.
I need him to struggle a little bit. I want Aaron Judge to win the Triple Crown.
Luis Arias, he's batting 304. So maybe we did win that trade. Oh, wait. We haven't checked in on Dylan Head and Wusuk Go yet.
Dylan Head. Jesus.
We'll check in on Dylan Head too. Because you know what?
I need to check on Dylan Head.
I got to check on Dylan Head.
Mm-mm.
But let's look at Dylan Head before we go into, because he only has minor league stats though. Oh, by the way, I did not think that's what Dylan Head would look like, by the way. Did not know. He kind of looks like Jazz Chisholm a little bit.
Does he now?
Yes. I mean that I still feel a little more hopeful now. He's at single A Jupiter Jackhammers. Jackheads. That's an even worse name than Jackhammers. The Jupiter Jackheads. I'm misreading everything, by the way. Don't quote me on anything. He's actually a 19-year-old, bats left, throws left, single A affiliate, Jupiter Hammerheads. That makes a lot more sense. His stats. Now, you know what? I can't even be mad, to be honest with you, man, because he's 19 years old, and you can't expect him to be a world beater, although they have had 19-year-olds come in and take the world by storm. His minor league baseball career, he's batted 255, 22 RBIs, 3 home runs, 216 at-bats. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to throw Dylan Head a little slack.
Okay.
Let's go Wusuk Go.
Dylan Head, Wusuk Go. Sounds like bad 1980 porno names.
Okay, yeah. I mean, maybe that's the team we're putting together.
Team of porno?
Maybe they figure they could supplement the income of.
Sounds like a team of buffers, man.
Exactly. So far in their career,
what's the name of those guys?
I was gonna say, so far in their career, they have been buffers.
Okay,
man.
yeah. All right.
It's fluffers, but
fluffers. That's what. Yeah, sounds like a bunch.
I don't know how I know
bunch of
that.
Fluffers, bro.
They are so far. So okay, Wusuk Go. After a short stint, now this is I'm trying to be hopeful. After a short stint, unfortunately short stint at AAA Jacksonville, meaning he was up in AAA, where he had a 4.29 ERA and 16 appearances out of the bullpen. He's back at AA Pensacola, where he has been awful. Oh my goodness! So he went down to AA, and he's pitching at a 16.20 ERA in 11 games, Vlad. That's not over 1 or 2 bad appearances. 30 base runners in 10 innings. Let's see. One of the scouts says he has interesting qualities to his fastball. Learning the domestic game how the domestic game works has been a bit of a learning curve.
You think?
It's really he has really quality pitches. That says he's not doing very good. He grew up. Oh wait, go. I'm having trouble because it says Go. I don't realize that's his surname. Nonetheless, Wusuk Go, who grew up in Korea, has a 7.06 ERA, 2 saves, and 43 minor league innings after posting a 3.18 ERA, 139 saves, 7 years pitching in Korea. He's owed $2.25 million in 2025 and $3 million mutual option in 2026. How old is Wusuk Go? I don't know if we won that trade, bro. Wait, hold on. Now, Dylan had 19. I'm down with that, man. I'm going to get a head jersey probably one of these days. He's only 26. He does not look athletic, Vlad.
No, he doesn't.
Are you looking?
Yes, I'm looking. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm answering fans saying thank you because they know this is our final Saturday, Sunday weekend show. We'll be on next Sunday. Shout out to Tommy Boca. We'll be on next Sunday, but no.
We chose to close it out with a real hard thing.
Hey, listen,
on minor league prospects.
No, it's not even the fact of the minor league prospects. It's the fact that you were trying to figure out who won the trades between the Marlins and the teams that they traded for. And clearly every team that they traded for won. Look, the Jazz Chisholm gave the Yankees energy because they were starting to look a little mundane, a little dry. He came back. All of a sudden now Soto and Judge are hitting like shots. And until his injury, because he got hurt, he was providing a spark and still has.
Tanner Scott, Padres, they're surging.
Luis Arias has helped the Padres now. What was once an insurmountable lead. They were really behind the Dodgers. Now it's an NL West race between the Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Dodgers. And wait a minute, wasn't Josh Bell a former Miami Marlin?
Oh yeah, Josh Bell. I see him on TV all the time.
You're right,
man.
because he's in the Diamondbacks right now, right?
Yes,
And what is he doing?
hitting bombs.
Okay, Luis Arias. Was he a Marlin, right? Didn't he win a
Batting 2 back-to-back batting champions.
All right, so you won a batting title with the Marlins then, right?
Uh-huh.
And he got traded. And what's he doing now? Providing a spark for the project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's winning.
Oh, timeout.
Oh.
I got some good news for you if you're a
Please.
Marlins fan like myself. We may have won the Trevor Rogers trade to the Orioles.
That's the only trade. That might be the only trade you guys won.
Because my man, Connor Norby, is 2 for 3 today with a home run and an RBI.
And I think they released Trevor Rogers as well early this week.
Take your wins, you can get them. Take your wins where you can get them.
If I do recall, Trevor Rogers might have been released.
Let's see. Let's make it a fit. I want to feel good. I want to end on a happy note, at least this segment. I mean, he had a rough season, man.
I felt like he got released.
Let's see if there's any news. Let's see. Designate Bruce Zimmerman. Marlins make ridiculous move. These articles are brutal, man. Orioles already admit defeat on key MLB trade deadline acquisition. Yep, that doesn't seem like a good headline. Let's see.
Yeah, they optioned him out. They optioned him 2 days ago. Yeah,
good. Way to keep.
You saw that fan-sided article? Yeah, Orioles already admit defeat.
That's what I just read.
Yeah, that's nasty. Oh man.
Peter Bendix, you win. You win. We're gonna close out the show next here on 560 WQAM.
The free Odyssey app to listen to all of our shows live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool Rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed anytime. Get it now and make WQAM your favorite station.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Man, over the past 3 minutes, there have been some huge developments, at least in Vlad and mine life.
Listen, I'm so happy. This is our final song for every show. This is the final segment. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Really, really hits home because what we just saw right now
from a guy on this show that has been much maligned,
maybe the most maligned player in our show's history. What he did to us and what he made me say.
I wish you were back with us, man.
I didn't make me say that. But AJ Puck, we were going back looking at if you listen to the last segment, at the trades that Marlins made during the trade deadline and what those players have done and helped the teams that they've gone to. And every team seemed to have benefited from the trades with the Marlins, except for the Baltimore Orioles, who decided to let Trevor Rogers go.
Admittedly
let him go. But then we're watching on MLB Network right now, the Red Sox versus the Diamondbacks. And AJ Puck came in. Now, the Red Sox were up 4-0. The Diamondbacks scored 6 unanswered runs. Now they're up 6-4. AJ Puck came in the 8th inning, and he faced the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th hitters of the Boston Red Sox lineup. So with pretty much the heart of the order. He did something I've never seen a man do as a Marlin. He struck out the side.
Man, he threw some BBs, too.
And it wasn't like he struck out Rafael Devers and made him look bad.
Devers literally just stood there and then started undoing that little thing they have on their foot to protect him. Like, he didn't even argue, nothing, no fight, no arguing.
Made him look bad. And then the top of the screen, we have Bally Sports on. And we're watching the Cubs and the Marlins. Marlins are up 3-1. And one of the players that the Marlins acquired,
Connor Norby for Trevor Rogers. Base hit, double.
Single. Jake Berger, double.
And Jesus Sanchez must have done something stupid because he got out. He was walking to first base.
He intentionally walked.
No, he did not, Vlad. He did something wrong. There's an out now.
Oh, it's an out?
Yeah. So he was walking, and I saw him taking off his little hand thing. And then when you saw him walking back to the dugout, we don't have the sound on, so I don't know exactly what happened. But maybe it was a strike, and he thought it was a ball. I don't know. But, yeah, Jesus Sanchez got out.
Okay. Well, it looks like they're about to
score
another
fourth
run
run
on a sac fly.
Unless he gets thrown out. Then you're not going to catch Connor Norby. You can't catch Connor Norby.
But he's been playing well, Connor Norby.
He's batting about 350.
What's going to be weird is that we might be watching so many former Marlins play in the postseason and rock out, and we're going to be like, wow.
So AJ Puck, Luis Arias, Tanner Scott, who's with Arizona also. And
Josh Bell,
who's with Arizona.
Jazz Chisholm.
Jazz Chisholm with the Yankees, yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Daylick, nope. Pittsburgh's not making to the playoffs, but
no. But yeah, don't be surprised. So if you're watching Major League Baseball in postseason in October and you see some familiar faces locally down here, that's because they are benefiting very well in the other teams that they're playing for.
So what we've learned today, there's a lot of things, but also the Marlins
just added more runs.
Oh, don't overrun the base. Okay. What we've learned today, it's cutting season. No one's safe, especially Mike White and Trevor Rogers. They are now looking for jobs. Don't know what the Dolphins are going to do with QB3, but most likely not going to be Mike White. We do know football is right around the corner. 1 week from right now, you listen to the station, you will not hear Vlad and I. You are going to hear the Miami Hurricanes taking on the Florida Gators. Joe Zagacki, Don Bailey Jr. It's literally for them Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Easter, all wrapped into one, that first game of the year. So they're going to be really excited. And then 2 weeks from today, Vlad's going to be at Hard Rock Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
For Dolphins, Jaguars, season opener. I'll have the pre and post game with you right here on 560 WQAM.
Yo, how you going to beat this man?
What's going on? Did Woosuck go do something again?
No.
Okay.
Aaron Judge and Juan Soto went back-to-back.
Again?
Again.
Second time in their career as a Yankee.
No, like the 6th time in their career as a Yankee and like the 2nd time this week. And the judges hit. Remember you said he didn't hit a home run yesterday? Well, I guess
he made up for it.
He's made up for that because he's hit 2. He's at 51 right now.
You know,
he might break. He's probably breaking his own record, but he might hit 66 this year.
And I'm saying before it's all said and done.
And mind you, before you finish, he had a crappy start to the season. His first 6 weeks, he was batting $180, like $150.
And now he's one of the 8 guys batting 300 in the league.
He's the second leading hitter in Major League an average in the baseball. And if they showed you his last 100 games or what, so it is probably the most ridiculous stat line you've seen since Barry Bonds.
I was gonna say, and in all honesty, before it's all said and done with his career, there may be a night or two where Barry Bonds wakes up and goes, "Uh-oh. Uh-oh." He might make Barry Bonds just utter an uh-oh. Could catch Barry Bonds one day, man. That guy, don't put anything past him, Shohei Ohtani, and Woo-Suk Go.
Look, I know we all love football, but please watch baseball. Baseball's been exciting. I know it's been hard because the team locally has not been performing very well, even though they did make it to the playoffs last year, but it's not been exciting this 2024 season. But some of these players and teams have been playing very good baseball. But enough of the baseball.
We got the football.
We are about to enter week 1 college football season. University of Florida takes on the Miami Hurricanes, the University of Miami, 3:30 this Saturday. We have our coverage beginning at 11:30.
Just turn on. We'll be here. Somebody will be here.
Yeah, it'll be turning on.
And we're back a week from today. We're back Sunday.
We'll be back Sunday to recap Saturday's Florida versus Miami game and preview Miami versus Florida A&M and preview week 1 of the NFL season starting September 5th, Thursday night, Baltimore versus Kansas City, followed by Green Bay and Philadelphia in Brazil, and week 1 Sunday, locally down here at Hard Rock Stadium. My boy with the pregame, producing the pregame, Dan Day, with Game Day Uncensored. But yours truly.
Asking
covering the
Calais
game.
Campbell if he's scared of anybody other than his mom.
Calais Campbell if he's scared of anyone other than his mom, because guys that big, that strong, that humble just seem like, don't mess with them. And I'll be on for Game Day Uncensored post game, hosted by me cousin, my cousin, Dan Day, and I'll be on there with him, letting you know what's going in, or what happened after the game, what the players were saying, and the mood of the team. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for surviving the summer. I know it's hard for all us sports fans once the NBA season's over.
Was it that hard?
No, it wasn't hard because we had a great Olympic year. It wasn't that hard because we had an Olympic year.
I never suffered,
Oh, you suffer? No, it's a lot of suffering going on, bro. It's suffering. There's suffering because you got to do things with the family. Suffering.
With that being said,
oh my God,
let's get out of here and go suffer, Vlad.
This gotta hurt. Juan Soto went yard. Aaron Georgia went yard. And John Carlo, former Marlin, who was traded to the Yankees, also went yard. They went back to back to back. 3-peat. Ladies and gentlemen, for my cousin, Dan Day, I am Vladimir Lewis. You are listening to Sports Day. What? You listen to Sports Day.
Where you at?
What do you mean where I'm at?
What station are you on?
560W. Quick. I can't even say the station name. 560 WQAM. Later, fools.
Next W.